Hey, loud talkers. Let me know if you can hear me. I don't think you can hear me. Hold on. Let me go out and come back in. Can y'all hear me? Oh, I think you can hear me. Let me know if you guys can hear me. When I don't see it moving, I be thinking you guys can't hear me. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. We can hear you. Hey, girl. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Nataria. What's going on, y'all? This is a little earlier live. Because I'm gonna come back and do another live. I'm doing two today. I was gonna come on earlier, but I had a doctor's appointment and I woke up late. Y'all know me. Y'all know your girl. Y'all come on in here, baby. Come on in here. Come on in. She said, yes. How are you doing this evening? I am doing well. And I hope you guys are too. Let me put my headphones on, y'all, because I don't be knowing how loud I talk. I am a loud talker, though. You know what I'm saying? I am a loud talker. But let me put these headphones on because this will help regulate. I'll be able to hear myself. And if I'm too loud in my own damn ears, hold on one second. All right. Oh, Lord. Do that. All right. I'm going to take the headphones off. They doing too much. This is too loud in my ear. And girl, my ears are precious and I can't do it. We just going to have to figure that out later. All right, let me know if y'all can hear me because, baby, that's just too loud. Let me know if y'all can hear me. She said, we can hear you just fine. Can you hear me now? Okay. All right, I had to take the headphones off. If I'm too loud, y'all, I do apologize. But, baby, them headphones about to bust my ears wide open. I can't even take the volume of my own voice in those headphones. So I hope I'm not screaming to y'all. If I am, please turn your volume down because, baby, them headphones about to blow a whole hole in my ears. Anyway, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? We are about to talk about the Hurtt twins' dad, okay? Because, baby, thank you to Courtney and a few others that sent me April's, I guess y'all called it April rant. But y'all know April has been, well, first of all, let me give y'all a backstory to this right here. If you do not know about the Hurtt twins, I am about to brief you up on the Hurtt twins. Can you guys please hit that thumbs up button? She said this man is still at it. Yes, he is still at it, girl. Yes, he is still at it. Can you guys please hit the thumbs up button for me? And we're going to get into this. Now, y'all know I was touching a little bit yesterday on me saying there's more bitter baby daddies than there are bitter baby mamas. And this is not scientifically proven or anything. This is just me, this is just my opinion based on some things that I've seen. The mother. Oh, I'm going to show y'all the video in a minute. But this is just my opinion based on some things that I've seen on the internet. Okay. So this is not scientific as far as there's more bitter baby daddies than there are bitter baby mamas. But I think I said it more to say a lot of people like to say bitter baby mama this, bitter baby mama that. Well, since I've been a blogger since 2023, July, I have seen quite a few bitter baby daddies on social media. Okay. Quite a few of them. And it's kind of crazy. She said, wait a more, what are we talking about? I just came in. We're talking about the Hurtt twin dads. You got to read the title, okay? Read the title of the video. We are talking about the Hurtt twins dad, all right? If you're not familiar with the Hurtt twins, let me introduce you to the Hurtt twins now. Let me go to Facebook and I'm going to introduce you to the Hurtt twins. They became very, very popular. I'm going to put the Hurtt story. Here we go. They became very, very popular some years ago, okay? Somebody just sent me something. What did they just send me? I'm sorry, y'all. But let me introduce to you guys the Hurtt twins. I may go back later and blur their faces out, but I'm just going to show you. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to show you from his page. Let's go to her page. I'm sure April would not mind. She is the primary sole custody caretaker, mother, parent of her twin boys. All right. So let's go to her page because she did win custody. And I'm sure she doesn't mind me sharing her story because it needs to get out there. All right. So here is April Johnson. And April, if you ever get a chance to look at this video, I am proud of you. Okay. So let's get into this story, you guys. Hit that thumbs up button and let's get into it. All right. First of all, if I didn't speak to my loud talkers, hey, loud talkers, how you guys doing? How y'all doing? Come on in. She said, is Hurtt their last name? Yes, Hurtt is their last name. It's actually Hurtt. And that's why they call them the Hurtt twins. But let me show you who the Hurtt twins are. They were very, very popular young fellas, okay? When they were much younger, they were brought to the internet by their father who exploited them. Now, these is the court's words, not mine. I'm not trying to defame nobody's character, but they charged him. Excuse me, let me put it back on the focus of the boys right now. They charged him, or he was found guilty in the courts of Baltimore, Maryland, of exploiting his boys. Okay. Now, if you don't think kids can be exploited on the internet, well, this story says differently, right? He was charged, not like charged criminally, but it was wrote up in court documents that, and he lost custody because he was exploiting his boys. Okay. They started when they was much, much younger. And through court documents and also a guardian ad litem, and I hope I'm saying it right, that he is the one that paid for and asked for and paid for. Well, they found out in the guardian ad litem that he was the one at fault. He was the negligent parent. He was the one exploiting his children for money. He was making $40,000 a month off of his twin boys. He was keeping the twin boys away from their mother because their mother did not want them online like this. But because it was affording his lifestyle, he quit his job as I think he was working at a cable company or something like that. He quit his job and literally lived off of his boys. $40,000 a month. And by the time they went to court, he had $0 saved. So the judge asked, where's the savings for the boys? He had none. And that is why some courts are now, some states are putting in place that if your kids, is your younger children are going to be your content, then you are required to put a certain percentage, and I don't know if it's a certain percentage across all state lines, or it's just each state going to set their own amount. But I think California said, isn't it 30% or 40%? But whichever it is, state of California has come out and put a set amount that you as the parent, guardian, has to set aside, okay? Set aside a certain amount for your kids' savings. Because if you're going to work your kids like workhorses or whatever and have them affording your lifestyle, then the kids should be able to benefit when they are older. All right. So, nevertheless, this man was making $40,000. He went and got him a Range Rover. He said that the supporters bought it for him, but whatever the case, he was driving a Range Rover and living in an expensive, you know, primarily Caucasian neighborhood, gated community, kids going to a private school, you know, living like the Joneses, all while the mother was struggling on Section 8. He claimed she was homeless, but she was in between residents, sometimes staying with her mom, sometimes living with a friend on the couch and whatnot. And he wasn't giving the mother no money. Now, let me back up the story a bit. Before this even came about, before they even broke up, right? He was allegedly abusive to the mother. And she's going to tell her story in a minute. We're going to hear it on TikTok. But he was abusive toward her. And one night, she said it was like at 4:30 in the morning or 3:30 in the morning. He said, no, it wasn't 3:30 in the morning. It was like 11:30 at night. Nevertheless, he kicked her and her 9-year-old son out the house, but kept the boys, kept the twins, would not allow her to take her twins, okay? And because she doesn't know how to drive, there are adults that has never learned how to drive, okay? I actually have a sister that does not know how to drive, but nevertheless, because she does not drive, it made it kind of impossible for her to keep catching Ubers to come out there and see him and see the boys, should I say. And he basically told her the only way you're going to be, and this is allegedly, the only way you're going to be able to see the boys is you come out here because I'm not allowing you to take our boys to where you live. Okay. Now he kicked her out in the middle of the night and she had to find her way. Literally had to walk a certain distance. And this was in February. So we already know that February is the coldest month of the year. Okay. In most places, it's the coldest month of the year. He kicked her out in February. Again, he claims it wasn't in the middle of the night, it was 11:30. But who kicks you out at 11:30 at night? Because I don't know where you guys live, but where I live, 11:30 is pretty freaking dark. And who would kick somebody out of the house at 11:30? But his excuse was, well, he tells so many lies, but one of the lies he told is she could have went to my mother's house, which was right next door. But then he dressed up in suits and shit and goes on all these podcasts and TV and tell people that he didn't kick her out, that she chose to leave. But he, just like some other people I know, they contradict the dog shit out of themselves because in other interviews, he have definitely admitted to kicking her out. But he said he kicked her out. And let me tell you the reason why he kicked her out, okay? He kicked her out because she wanted to work. And he said, no, what do you want to work for? You shouldn't have to work. We're making money off of the kids. Just work with me. We're making money off the kids. She was like, no, I don't want the twins, online like that. I want a job. And because they couldn't agree, he kicked her out. She said, hi, y'all. Hey, I am Simply Silver. Thank y'all for showing up. Thank y'all for being here. She says, hi, y'all. Jerome didn't want no guys bringing her back to the house to see about the twins. Yeah, and he only wanted her to come to him. And he was like, and he wanted her to move in with him. And he was like, we could both take care of these twins together. We don't have to be a couple. You can live downstairs, you can live upstairs, and I'll live downstairs. And she was like, no, you are abusive. I don't want to be with you. I don't want to be around you. I just want to be gone away from you. Okay. But nevertheless, she could have stayed because I know some women probably would have stayed, right? And said, yeah, 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 let's make all this money off of our kids. Okay. $40,000 is a lot of bread to be making a month, right? And she could have been that type, but she chose to get away from him and say, no, I don't want to be around you at all. Okay. Well, if somebody can kick you out at 11:30 at night, 3:30 in the morning, or whatever the freak time it is, it's just wrong. And I know I wouldn't stay with him. I don't give a damn how much money he makes. I'm not staying in no uncompromising situation like that. Okay. So, nevertheless, she said he showed text messages. Y'all said he didn't want no and words coming to the house. Well, nevertheless, I heard out my own ears that he said he kicked her out. Okay. And he claimed it was 11:30, but nevertheless, he put her out the house because she wanted to work. Okay. So nevertheless, he's been carrying a narrative that his boys has been taken away from him. But y'all, let me back up a little bit because I got to give you a little bit more context as to what happened. So April, let's take the boys down for a second and let's show April and him. April wanted to see her kids, and he would not allow her to see her kids unless she came to his house. He was being very controlling, right? And she wanted to be able to spend time with her kids away from his house, like most parents should be able to, right? He was not with it at all. And let me back up a little bit more. It's so much to this story, y'all. I do not want to get it wrong or miss anything. He would post their boys online and tell people that he was a single father. April, the mother of the twins, would jump in the comments and say something like, my beautiful boys, mommy miss you, or whatever. And he would get mad and delete the mother of his kids' comments. Make that make any sense right there? He would literally delete the comments because he wanted to go along with the narrative that he was a single father. Now let's slow down for a moment. Men do this for sympathy, for attention, for women, right? For to be looked at as a hero. And I could name a couple of more things, right? They come out because Justin has done the same, right? I'm a single father. I take care of my kids alone, by myself type crap, right? Which was not true. They had a mother all along. So he would literally delete the comments that she would leave up under her kids' photos. Okay. So nevertheless, she had texted him and was like, I want to talk to my kids. He was like, I'm in the middle of filming. You know, you can't talk to them right now, whatever. She was like, I want to talk to the boys. He would not allow her to talk to the boys unless she agreed to his terms. He would be like, you know, and I showed these receipts before. You can go back to my other videos and look at the receipts that I brought forward, or where she would ask, can she see the kids? And he would say no. And, you know, I already gave you the offer. And the offer is, if you want to have anything to do with the kids, you need to move back in with us. And you can stay upstairs and I stay in the basement. So April, and this is not me dragging April or trying to make her, you know, look bad, but she didn't have money like that, right? She was, you know, she was um uh what word I want? She was low income. She was low income. But she did not let low income stop her from going against this man. So she came on the internet and said, hey, you guys, I'm going to put up a GoFundMe. I'm getting ready to fight for custody of the kids. I know this is going to be a long haul. If you can help, you can help. And I got that also in older videos. Okay. So people start pouring into her, and I don't even think she asked for a whole lot, but they start pouring into her, and she took this joker to court. Now, here's the thing. You would think that she would take him to court and ask for full custody, but she did not. April did not take him to court for full custody. She only took him to court for joint custody, and she won. Okay, joint custody. Well, he didn't like that. So he took matters into his own hands because he had more money than she did, and he fought her for joint custody. Do y'all hear me? Joint custody. He did not want April having visitations and joint custody. So she won joint custody, but not only did she win joint custody, she also won primary custody. So primary and joint, meaning that the boys were moved from his full-time residence to her full-time residence, okay? But they still had joint custody. He didn't like that because he didn't. I don't even know what it was, to be honest. I don't know if it was 2 weeks here, 2 weeks there, or 1 week, 1 week. But they both were sharing custody and visitations for the child. He didn't like it. So what did he do? Well, let me tell you. He threw his money in her face. Okay? He threw his money that he was making off of their sons in her face. He went and hired a lawyer, and he also hired a lawyer for the kids, which is called I just said the word. I just said the word. I just forgot just that fast. But it's a lawyer for the kids. Is it a damn, I just forgot. Anyway, but it's a lawyer for the kids, something ad lightning or something like that. But anyway, I literally just forgot the lawyer for the kids. But he hired, and it cost like 3 or 4 thousand. Yeah, GAL, a gal at Lighten. Thank you so much. Thank you. So a guardian at Lighten. Thank you, a gal. So he ordered a gal in his favor, right? So he thought because his coins was going to pay for it, right? Well, not ad litin. It's not that one. It's this one right here. He thought because his coins was going to pay for it. It's a guardian ad litem. Hold on, let me put the right one up right here. He thought because his coins was going to pay for it that they were going to favor him, but it's not set up that way, okay? How it's set up is they take the kids, right? They supervise the kids with each parent, one, and then they take the kids off by themselves and they question these children from both sides of the mother and the father. They're not like on the mother or the father's side. They are strictly for the children, for the best for the children, right? So that's what happened. And during that investigation, it came about that he was the one that was manipulating and carrying, alienating their children from their mother. They found that out through him throwing the money in April's face or whatever by hiring this expensive ass attorney for the children. Okay. So when they went before the judge was like, oh, from reading the text message, from finding out that he kicked her out and was keeping her from her boys, from finding out that he's on social media making mad ass money, right? From the boys and deleting the comments from the mother and telling people that he was a single parent, he was doing it by himself. But not only was he doing that, but he was also telling people that the mother of his children walked out on them, not just him, but the boys too. Now, let me slow down for a second. Because as I tell this story, it just really pisses me off at this dude. But let me slow down. Let me get my emotions out of it for a minute, okay? As a mother, question for the audience. As a mother, how would you feel if you got your kid's father on social media telling people that you abandoned your children and you see your kids on social media, but you can't talk to them on the phone unless it's under his control, right? You can't see them unless it's under his control, unless you go to his house and adhere to his rules, huh? How would you feel to have people dragging you that you don't even know these people, right? But these people are dragging you all across social media as a deadbeat mother, as a neglectful mom, he also told them that she was a hoe, that she went and got another man and got pregnant with another baby, like right after they broke up, right? So how would you feel that you're seeing this and you are powerless? Why? Because you are low income, you don't make that much money, right? And this man is making money not because he's out there working hard, he's a CEO or some type of bank manager or something, a doctor or a lawyer or whatever. He's out there making $40,000 like that, right? But he's literally making $40,000 off of the very kids that he is keeping you from, the very kids that he is lying to, the very kids that he is on social media telling people their mother walked out on them. How would you feel? How would you feel? So kudos to April for not allowing her low income, right? Or for being drugged and called every name under the sun by this man and his supporters that he called auntie. And a lot of these aunties were older women. And let me tell you something. This is what I don't like about social media. They take something with no facts, no receipts, no nothing, and then they run with it. They run with it. They just run with the narrative. So they sitting up here thinking that this man is the best man ever, while all along this man is out here defaming the mother of his boys while alienating his boys from their mother. Okay? Now, let me put up him. This was just the other day, right? Since this year. And this is just one video that I'm going to show you of this man. Now, a lot of people probably be like, oh, he's well dressed and clean cut or whatever. He has to be telling the truth. This man been out here. He lost custody over 2 years ago. We're gonna get to how why he lost custody in a minute. But he lost custody over 2 years ago and have still been out here defaming April when the judge clearly gave custody to April. Okay? Because he wasn't satisfied with just joint custody. Y'all. Let me go back a little bit. When he went and took her to court and hired a gal, a guardian ad litem, he actually sought full custody. He sought full custody from April. And he accused April of being abused by her current relationship and also coerced the boys into trying to say that they were not eating, right? They were getting beat on or, snatched around or something like that from the new boyfriend, right? He literally was trying to get the school to testify that the boys was coming to school every day with the same clothing on. He was literally coming out to the internet with this foolishness. My boys wear the same clothes every day. My boys don't eat nothing but lunch. All along, these boys look healthy as ever. But he's coercing the boys into saying that they don't eat. Now, let me slow down a little bit. We all know that some kids, when they're toddlers, right? Right? When I say toddlers, I'm saying 4 or 5 years old. Sometimes you could be like, "What did you eat for dinner?" And they'd be like, "Nothing." How many of you guys have kids or grandkids that you could have just fed, a few hours ago, and then you ask them, "What did they eat?" And they say nothing? Has that ever happened to you guys? Because it has definitely happened to my kids and grandkids. And I'd be like, "What do you mean you didn't eat anything?" They literally would tell you that didn't eat anything. Well, he would record them. He literally would record them saying that they hadn't had anything to eat and try to use it to gain custody, to take the custody away from the mother. He literally would record the boys saying, "We didn't have anything to eat," right? Things of that nature. But the boys were not starving. The boys were not in the same clothing every day. He was just spreading these lies, okay? Now, he took her to court for full custody and had the guardian ad litem, and he lost. He lost, spent all this money and lost. But furthermore, it came out that he was exploiting the boys. The boys were separated because they are twins. They were separated and they were questioned. And this didn't just happen one day. I don't really know the whole process of a garden ad litem, but I think they, if they suspect something shady or whatnot, right? They will come and visit the kids often, right? More than once. And they will question them, different questions or whatever, to find out what's really going on. Well, the boys being separated and them questioning the boys, they found out that first of all, the daddy was having them do these crazy ass skits. And if you remember the Hurtt twins, do you remember they used to always get hurt? And I'm not laughing at the fact that they would get hurt because, pun intended, their last name is Hurtt. But they will always be running or bumping into each other, fall down, get a bruise, and have to wear a band-aid. And then the other twin would kiss the owie, and then they would be like, "I'm sorry. I hope you feel better." Y'all remember that? Well, guess what? Isn't it sick to find out that the daddy would have them run and fall and hurt themselves so the other brother can care for them and show the world that they love on each other when they get owies and shit? Can you imagine your toddlers always having to have a scrape mark or a band-aid, bleeding all with sores all on them and shit because they would fall from running and things of that nature? Can you imagine that? The boys told the courts or their attorney that their daddy would tell them to do that. Run and fall down. And then you're going to get scraped or whatever. And then the other brother is going to kiss on it and tell you it's going to be okay. That type of content. That type of content. So majority of their content was them hurting themselves. Isn't that sick? Isn't that sick? But you know, when we watched it, we didn't know that. We said, that's so cute. Oh, they love on each other. We didn't say until years later, why the hell is these boys always falling? Why are they always getting hurt? Right? It's sick. It really is sick. Anyway, let's continue. So, nevertheless, because the judge, and he tried to tear down the judge and try to say, oh, the judge didn't like him and this, that, and the other, whatever, whatever. I don't think that that was the case. I think that she was able to bring receipts, and then from the guardian ad litem that he is the one that ordered, that he is the one that paid for. She's the one that brought out all the things that the boys were saying. I even showed a video where the boys asked about their mother, and he basically questioned the boys on film, on camera, like, huh? And tried to play it off because the boys asked about their mom, like, where is mom? And he said, oh, you talking about grandma? You talking about grandma? Meaning that he didn't even want the boys to ask about their mother. Just sick. Just freaking sick. Nevertheless, after he lost custody, he went out. Well, not only did he lose custody, he lost custody and the ability to post the boys online. And the judge told him to clean up your social media and take these boys down. Take them down. Get them off the internet. He didn't like that. Why he didn't like it? Well, because that's his income. That $40,000 was gone. And he was crying and whatnot. Why? Because he had to go get a job. So he came out and started making video on top of video on top of video on top of video, trying to defame the mother of his kids, trying to defame the court system, and wanting sympathy. Now, let me just say this. He was getting sympathy for those that either didn't know how to comprehend, don't know how law works, or was just believing his bullshit. Okay? Maybe they was just believing his bullshit. Okay? Now, nevertheless, he did have some people fooled, but some of us he did not have fooled. Okay? Now, I'm going to tell you this. When I first started the story, and I want y'all to raise y'all hand if y'all remember it. The very first day I started the story, I did not have all the facts. Okay? And I was on his side. I was on his side and against the mother for taking away the children. But after I was given the receipts and evidence that that's not what it was, I flipped on him in midstream. Midstream. Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember me flipping on him in midstream and saying, hold up, wait a minute? Because I found out that it was a lie. Now, and I know the person that brought it to me did not know that she brought it to me basically trying to tell me that April was a bitter baby mama. And I was carrying the story as the mother being a bitter baby mama and the dad fighting for his kids because he loved them, right? And I was going to advocate for him. But come to find out, it was not true. I seen the receipts for myself. And I also saw his background where he was, had been taking drugs. And he during the court, custody case, he popped hot. Now, I don't know if he popped hot on weed or if he popped hot on cocaine, but they found drugs in his system, okay? And the man then got DUIs, DV cases, and all kinds of shit or whatever, while he out here pretending to be this great ass dude. And I also saw where he lost custody and even had to pay $50,000 for contempt of court. So I was like, wait a minute. So I had to switch up and let everybody know, hold on, y'all, I was wrong. Let me turn this around. And even the young lady that gave me the information, she was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't know, I didn't know, I didn't know, right? Which I told her it's okay because on the surface, you know, if you see a father crying, a man crying on the internet, you automatically like feel sorry for them and shit, right? And that's why men crying now on the internet don't move me. It just absolutely do not move me because now I know that that's a thing that they do. You know, it was a time in our lives when we would never see a man cry, right? We would never see a man drop tears. So when we do, we kind of tend to believe they bullshit. And I was one of them. So I'm guilty as charged, okay? However, we didn't get through that live stream without me coming out and saying, you guys, I apologize to y'all. This man is a fraud. This man is a damn fraud and a liar. And I told y'all that. So, nevertheless, then I started following the story more. And the more and more, you know, he would just come out lying on the girl. And all this time, the mother, April, she got custody of her boys and all that. He was held in contempt of court, I think at least 2 or 3 times, which is absolutely ridiculous. And she still was not dragging this man. She still was not exploiting her boys. She literally just disappeared from the internet and said the reason why she disappeared was because she got tired of being dragged by his supporters because he had over 1 million supporters, followers on Facebook, right? Probably across all internet avenues, but I know Facebook was one. Nevertheless, she was like, I'm not coming out because I don't want to be drugged and this, that, and the other, whatever. But baby, she is speaking now. She is coming out because she's sick of his lies. And she is telling us the story from her vantage point. And I think this is long overdue. I would love to interview this young lady. I really would. So if anybody know her, if y'all can get in contact with her, I would love to interview this young lady. I don't know if she's doing panels yet, but I would love to interview this young lady, right? Now, he was looking for bloggers to interview him, and I was actually going to interview him, but I'm glad I didn't. And the reason being is because y'all know I would have set him real straight on Talk About It with him more. But nevertheless, let's listen to one of his rants. This is what he does. He go around to these different male podcasters. He do females too if they fall for the bullshit. But he goes around to these podcasters whining and complaining about losing his sons when he know the truth. He's not telling the truth, but April did. And we're going to listen to April's story in a minute. But let's listen to one of this is not even the latest one. We're going to listen to this one, and then we're going to go back on Facebook and listen to the one that he just did February the 5th. February the 5th. That was what, 5 days ago? 4 days ago, I'm sorry. 4 days ago. Hey, Toya. So let's listen to this man and his rant.
Um, didn't have good company, and the boyfriend, the mother, um, didn't have good company, and the boyfriend she was with was abusive to her, and I tried my best to protect my sons, and in the end, my sons still were abused.
Wow.
I went to court, you know.
And all of this has never been proven, okay? His sons being abused in the care of the mother has never been proven, but he has said it out of his mouth over and over and over. But it has never been proven that his boys were abused, okay?
The mother didn't have good company, and the boyfriend she was with was abusive to her, and I tried my best to protect my sons, and in the end, my sons still were abused.
Wow.
I went to court, you know, to protect my sons like any other father would. And then being from Baltimore, it's like, okay, hold up. How am I going to handle this situation? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm a father now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Definitely.
right. So I'm gonna have faith in the justice system to protect my sons, you know?
Yeah.
And I went to the courts, you know, to get custody. And even still in that point, I at least wanted supervised visitation for their mother. I never wanted to take them, you know, away from.
Do you hear what he said? He said, I wanted supervised visitations for the mother. He wanted to be the one that supervised her visitation. He wanted supervised visitations for the mother. Can you imagine this? He wanted full custody and he wanted the mother to have supervised visitations. Well, we know what the judge did, right?
And I just wanted what's best for my sons, you know, and it didn't work that way for me. I don't know.
Here you go with this crying shit.
Well, take your time. Yeah, man, we're here with Hurtt, father of the Hurtt twins. Again, you know, I'm a twin. Dr. G, just hearing that story, we'll let them gather us up. Just hearing that story, can you imagine, you know, not being, you know, with a loved one that's taking care of me? Gilman, that's one of the top schools you talked about.
So, I mean, the whole interview is not on there, but you hear him talking about some, yeah, you know, this is, you know, telling him to gather himself. And then he goes on to talk about the top schools that he had his son in. He did have his sons in the top school, right? He had his sons in the top school. They lived in the nice ass gated community. They drove a Range Rover, had money out their damn ears. And the mother on Section 8, welfare, food stamps, struggling. This ninja is making 40K off of their boys, and she's struggling. She's struggling. But he wanted the mother to have supervised visitations. Imagine that for a second. First of all, the mother is the one that went to court to get joint custody so that she could visit her kids without him, right? But that wasn't good enough for Jerron. Jerron throws his money around in her face, and he takes her to court for full custody, right? And he wanted her to have supervised visitation. And let me just back up, because he's lying. He didn't even want her to have supervised visitations. When we broke down the paperwork, and I don't have the paperwork in front of me right now, but when we broke down the court paperwork on the other videos that I've done, he didn't want her to have no visitations. Do y'all remember? Raise your hand if you remember. He wanted April Johnson to have no visitations. So even him lying right now, saying that he wanted her to have supervised visitations, is a lie, because he asked for no visitations, same way Justin did. Remember? Justin asked for no visitations too, even though he claimed, I never wanted to take my kids from their mom. These lying ass men, lying ass bitter baby fucking daddies, okay? He wanted her to have no visitations. Talking about, I wanted her to have supervised visitations. He really didn't want her to have no visitations. Let's just really tell the truth. But let's go to the video that he did the 5th, which was just what, 4 days ago? Let's go to it, because this is what he does. Hold on. This joker right here. Hold on, I gotta go over to Facebook. Hopefully they have the whole thing. I don't know if they have the whole thing, but we don't need to hear the whole thing. Just some of it is just fine. And look at the boys. These are the boys. Again, you know, I hope April don't mind, but these are the boys that he claimed are abused, malnutrition, not being taken care of, wear the same clothes to school every day, come to school dirty, hungry, neglected. You know, did I say abused? Did I say abused? But these are the kids right here that he wants the world to believe that these kids, these boys, are being mis-effing treated, okay? Being mis-effing treated, okay? Now, he said he tried to give back the Range Rover. He couldn't keep up with the payments nor the maintenance. Well, child, that's what he gets. But let's get to the rant that he just did the other day. Is this one it? Yeah, this is it. Is there anything? Hold on, let me go to his YouTube, because I want to say he did a whole little rant video. Okay, let's go to the short. So he spent all day going on a rant. Let's listen to the normally these are only like a minute long. Let's listen to the rants. This was just on the 4th, okay? Let's listen.
Hello, everyone.
Uh,
Now, mind you, read what it says. Please donate. Attorney Daniel Mahone, Cash App Daniel Mahone, PayPal DQ Mahone. So he come on here begging for money ever since he's lost custody of the kids, which has been over 2 years now. He's been out here begging for money. But my thing is this: let's just be honest for a second. If you've collected GoFundMe, Cash App, PayPal's, and all of this stuff for the last 2 years, you ain't got enough to pay for a lawyer. Damn, how much does one cost? You ain't raised enough money in 2 years. Anyway, let's go.
this is hard. Like I feel like I'm literally in court again. You know what I mean? Like for me to be known as daddy all around the world, I have to do something like this to get help. It really hurts. And I'm not the only father that's going through this. There's tens of thousands, if not more, that are going through this. The difference is I have a platform where I can spread awareness, and that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna wait till we get some people online. Please share this live. Please share it. You can donate. If you look in the comments and even the description, you can send the funds directly to the attorney. If you can't see, I'm not just going to be talking. I have a ton of documents here that I'm going to go through to show you that it's not just words. I'm going to prove everything that I've said. If there's something that I leave out, please tell me and I'll put it in the comments. It's been a long, hard day. I'm sure you can look at my face and tell that. But today, I'm here asking for help for my sons. But I'm gonna wait till we get some more people online. Please hit the share button. The share button is.
He want help for the sons. He want help for the sons, the abused sons. Hold on, that look like this. He want help to get these abused boys back. And I say abused because that's the words he used. Does these boys look malnutrition, homeless, dirty, unkept, hungry, abused to you? Huh? Does these boys look neglected to you? Okay. 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 But he need help with his
At the
son.
bottom of the screen. Also, our gifts and goals down there too. It says that at the bottom, you can click the link. It'll take you straight to the gifts and go, or you can donate directly to the attorney, Cash App, $Dan Mahone, or you can do PayPal, DQ Mahone.
Let's just go
and also in the
back.
description, a lot of stuff that I want to discuss. I'm gonna start at the very beginning when I met their mother, and we'll go from there.
Now, mind you, he has come out and told this story a zillion times. A zillion times, okay? And that is why April is now coming out, because she's been quiet. But I don't mind April. I will freaking sing like a canary, okay?
Like I've always said, I've always tried to keep a positive platform. I tried to always protect their mother just like I would our sons.
This man has came out and called her a hoe. He didn't call her all type of names: neglectful, abusive, whore, a cheater, all of this. But he's talking about he's trying to protect her. Make it make sense.
Because that is their mother. And I've always tried to work this out. I've never tried to tarnish her record or make her look like a bad person.
Oh my.
Anyone that knows or was here from the beginning, I actually did a live when she did leave. And I said that we were cordial and she visited often and we were co-parenting, which was a total lie. But
now, mind you, you heard him. He said when she did leave. This man has admitted out of his own mouth, and I wish I had the clip, but I would have to pull it up. But maybe I will another live stream. But this man has admitted out of his own mouth that he put her out. But just like Justin, you know how Justin put Cora out, but then he tries to says, No, Cora left on her own. Yeah, when it don't fit their narrative, they like to change it up. But he put her out. However, he says it wasn't at 3:30 in the morning. It was at 11:30, and she could have went to my mom's. She could have went over to my mom's. But now he's saying, well, he ain't saying it now. He been coming back, doubling back, talking about she left.
I did everything I could to protect her. Hello, everyone.
Okay, so that's number one. Let's go to the next line story.
Now I'm having to defend myself for being a father. And this is the problem is when it comes to fathers entering into custody and the family court, we're guilty until proven innocent. And I showed the world, um, me and my sons, the love that we share. The videos that you see, this wasn't on purpose. This is a family tradition. We have thousands upon VHS tapes. And my aunts and uncles are older. Sadly, I've lost three of them. We lost three of them in the last year. And my sons haven't been in attend any of their funerals, even with her attorney themselves, stating that the boys should come, they should say their goodbyes. So I'll start at the very beginning. And the only reason I'm doing this is because I did.
The only reason why he's doing this is because he wants his boys back so he can use them and work them so, so he can retire and his boys can make him money. Because 40,000, listen, to be making $40,000 and to have that $40,000 snatched from a month and to have it snatched from underneath your feet, I'm sure it's detrimental. $40,000 is a lot of money, and he missed that 40,000, and he probably can't find no job out there that will ever pay him 40K a month. Okay, okay.
I did a story with a platform, and it was supposed to be about this, starting from the beginning. And I've learned so much from being on social media, but they basically took parts of the story and made it into to something else. But I met their mother back in 2017. I was living downtown Baltimore. I had a nice bachelor pad. I was doing very well for myself. I was working at Comcast as a direct sales rep, corporate rep. I was making.
So he was working for the cable company Comcast. Okay, he don't want to go back to Comcast because Comcast ain't paying him no 40K. He want to work these boys. He want to work these boys. Okay, he want to work these boys for money.
Well over $100,000. I've been blessed to have careers that I love what I do, and I work hard. And I'm just blessed. But I met their mother outside of a club downtown. We exchanged numbers, and we had a couple of texts, and we ended up, getting together and having some fun. From that point,
he trying to make it seem like he slept with her on the first date, but who gives a hell? No one cares about all of that. He's trying to make it seem like she's some type of whore, y'all.
Really had no conversation until maybe a month or so later when we got together and had some more fun.
See, you see what he's trying to say? You see where he's driving? What a piece of shit. Let me calm down. When I tell these stories, I be wanting to keep my feelings out of it, y'all, but it's so hard. It's so hard for me to be neutral, y'all. Okay, let's go.
We really didn't get to know each other. She told me how she lived with her mother. She hated it. She had already had a 7-year-old son. His father wasn't in the picture. And she just wanted more for herself. She wanted to move out. She wanted to get her own place. She wanted to go back to college and just better herself. So after that second time of fun, I didn't hear anything else from her or we didn't talk again until maybe a month later when we had some more fun.
All right, I just had to count to 10. That's all, y'all.
After that, I randomly got a message from her maybe a couple of months later or so, stating that she was pregnant. now I'm having to defend my
All right, let's go to the next one because him and his fun.
that
Oh,
she's
God.
sorry. She doesn't think that I'm the type of man that will want to settle with her. She was just having an abortion.
This little sad ass. Okay, I'm all right. Come on, let's go. Let's get through
And I
it.
said, no. I told her right then and there, pack your bags, pack your son's bags, and I'm picking you up.
So now he's saying after the third time they had fun that she got pregnant and she was gonna have an abortion. And he says, no, don't have an abortion. Pack your bags up from living with your mother and come live with me. This is after the third time that they've had fun while she's living with her mama. Okay.
So that's what I did. So if you've been on the
Yes, he added this music, not me.
page maybe a month, you probably know more about the boys than I did about their mother. But that's how bad I wanted to be a father. So I picked their mother up, I picked up her son, and automatically became a dad.
So he's saying that he didn't know nothing about the mom, didn't know nothing about the woman. He just basically just brung her in off the damn street, like the little strays or whatever. He's trying to make it seem like he just brought her in, a homeless ass woman or whatever, because this is how much he wanted to be a damn dad.
Because he didn't have one. I was living downtown Baltimore, as I stated. I would get up every morning and take him to school, drive him to school. Uh, at that point, I started looking for homes, because I was living in a one bedroom apartment downtown. I started looking for homes out in the suburbs, um, where I ended up getting a place literally next door to our mother. And it was a blessing because I already had signed the lease downtown to a new building. But once this happened, the new building, they really didn't care because, the apartments was going so fast because it was a new building. But my mother's next door neighbor had literally just got married and was looking for someone to move into his home.
What grown ass man moved right next door to his mother in the first damn place? But I digress. He moved right next door to his mom.
So I lived right next door to my mother. Um, it was a blessing, you know. She had help, I had help. Uh, all during pregnancy was wonderful, but I'm literally living with someone that I don't know.
This joker said the pregnancy was wonderful, but he's living with someone that he don't know. This man then skeet, skeet, skeet up inside of her, but now he claimed he was living with someone that he doesn't know. I can't wait to let y'all hear April's side of the damn story. Ooh. Y'all, anyway, I have my goals up top. If you guys want to help me reach my goal through this live stream, I'm going to try to maintain my composure and not cuss him all the F out. So y'all pray for me, okay?
Like I said, I've always wanted children, so I swept off her feet, and she'll even tell you to this day it was the best pregnancy she's ever had. Rubbed the belly, sung to her, I fed her, I cleaned,
Oh my
I
God.
rubbed the feet. I did everything that you could. I sung to my sons, like I did everything I could as a man to make that household the best household it could be. But before we moved out here, like I said, I would take her son, her oldest son, who was 7, to school daily. And one day the teacher stopped me and was like, Mr., can we talk to you? They don't even know my name. So I'm like, sure. So they tell me, they're like, well, look, he's not up to par. He's not, using the bathroom on himself.
Why is that our business? Why is he talking about her older son in this manner that's not even his son? Why is this man doing this? Because he wants to embarrass April. That's why. Why? Because April won custody of these beautiful ass, healthy ass, nourished ass boys. And he mad, big mad. So now he's trying to tear down her other son that's a little bit older.
He won't participate in class. This has been going on for years, for the whole school year. We talked to his mother about it. Nothing's happening. That
Okay, let's go to the next one. Piece of work, baby.
Now, before she had the boys, I told her like things are going to change once you had the.
Hold on.
Now, before she had the boys, I told her like things are going to change once you had the boys. Like we still really don't even know each other, and now we're about to have these the boys. I'm like, well, something has to change. Like we have to communicate. And it was just always this thing about her. She felt like, and this is not disrespecting, but if she felt like you were smarter than her, she wouldn't communicate with you. There were some people she would talk to you, some people she wouldn't. She didn't have any friends. It was just her and her friend Ebony, and that was it. When
Where his friends at? Where's his friends?
the boys came, then it's like, okay, well now I need you to do your part. I need for you to, learn how to cook. So I taught her how to cook.
Oh my God. Man, I can't do these narcissistic ass. I rubbed her feet. I fed her. I combed her hair. I gave her a bath. She didn't know how to cook, so I taught her how to cook. She didn't know how to clean, so I taught her how to clean. She didn't know how to read, so I taught her how to read. Oh, these men, y'all. Oh, these narcs, baby. These narcs, honey. These narcs. Ooh, these narcs, baby.
Also had 3 months off paternity leave. So during those 3 months, I taught her how to cook, asked her to clean, just, do her part. It went well for a while. It really did. Her oldest son, started getting on the honor roll, first time ever. Um,
Here come the hero daddy.
we had a home. But then all of a sudden, things started to change. Now, when things started to change, I think it was when I started asking her to do more. The dinner stopped, the cleaning stopped. Then she's like, I'm tired. I don't want to be here. So I think I got her to stop working when she was like 5 months, something like that. So I'm like, okay, April.
Well, this man said I got her to stop working while she was 4 or 5 months pregnant. I got her to stop. Do you hear the controlling narc in this man? Do you hear the controlling narc? I got her to stop working. If she was a lazy bomb ass female, do you really think that she would even still be working at 5 months pregnant? If she was a bomb female, right? A bomb mother, a useless, worthless ass mom, right? And they making all this money. He said he was making over 100K working at Comcast. Do you think that she would have been like, I ain't working, dude, you make 6 figures. I'm pregnant. I'm staying here and I'm not doing anything. I got her to stop working.
If that's the case, you get, money every 2 weeks. Because literally when I got paid, she got paid. She had a debit card and everything.
Oh my God.
Take the card, go to your mother and your father's house. Well, her mother was just living. I'm sorry, her father had passed, but go to your mother's house, for the weekend. Go to Ebony's house. Whatever you like. My sister would take her away for weekends. They would go to concerts all the time. She was free to do whatever she wanted to do. Thank you all for the stars. Like it wasn't no controlling. My mother lived right next door. She was able to go and come and do whatever she wanted to. So she first.
Even the fact that he said that it was no controlling and she was able to come and go as she wanted to, he's saying that because he know that there was controlling. So he's trying to, to defute that narrative because even as he listened to himself talk, he can already pitch out the controlling things that he had. I had her to stop working when she was 4 or 5 months pregnant. I got her to stop working. I got her, okay.
Said she wanted to go to college. And remember, all of this is an update, but I need to start at the beginning for the people that are new here, that don't understand what went on and always asking what happened. It has to be more. It has to be more. So I'm going to tell more. I'm going to tell it all this time. But she said she wanted to go to school. The first time she wanted to go to school.
Sorry. Hold on, let me see if I got to the last part where he said the first time she wanted to go to school. Hold on. I accidentally, my finger slipped. Sorry, y'all.
Now, before telling all this time, but she said she wanted to go to school. The first time she wanted to go to school.
Okay, so I guess that was the it on that one. And now, so I got them all. Oh, so he didn't upload them all. Oh, okay, he didn't upload them all. I'll go to his Facebook. Give me a second. His thing is the Hurtt story, where he's over here doing all this good lying. Let's go to his reels. I think that's where he put all these things at. This man is a trip. But we're gonna get to April version in a minute, baby. Oh, he ain't put all his on there? He must have took them down. Okay. Or is this the whole thing?
Hello, everyone.
Oh, I think this is the whole thing. Let's get to the part. No, this ain't the whole thing. I think this is only part. I think this is only part one.
If you look in the comments and even the description.
Oh yeah, that's part one. So where he put the rest of them at? She said he deleted the live and posted shorts. Oh, he deleted the live. All right. Well, anyway, let's go to April. So he's already was over there lying his ass off, right? So let's go to April's TikTok because baby, April got sick of him going around spreading all these lies, talking about her sons, you know, in a most disrespectful way. Did anybody catch the whole live? Hold on, let me see if it's in the group. I belong to the Hurtt Twin Exposed group. I don't know if you guys do. See, look at this. He used to have them falling all over the place and shit. They would do that on purpose. Look at this. Look at this sick shit right here, y'all. Look at that. Oh my God, I can't even. This is absolutely ridiculous. Okay. So anyway, let me see if the Hurtt Twin dad exposed. Is he in? Did y'all get all the ones? Y'all probably didn't. So y'all didn't get them all? Okay, never mind. It's all good. We're gonna go over to April. We're gonna go over to April. It looked like y'all just took the screenshots. Look at the boys, y'all. Oh, that's AI. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, y'all just took the screenshots. Y'all didn't get them in. Which one was this one? What is he trying to say here? Protect yourself. Hold on. Let's listen to what he's saying on this one.
Allowing you to take him around our boys. Well, one day she was here and we got into an argument because remember she had food stamps. So she wasn't contributing, she wasn't buying anything, she wasn't giving anything for the boys. But she had said she was going to start giving food stamps. She was going to, let me go get some food.
What does he need food stamps for? Raise your hand if you make $100K a year and you need government assistance. What the fuck does he need food stamps for? And mind you, by this time, he's already making money off the boys, right? What does he need food stamps for?
For the boys. And she came here to see the boys one day. And she had to see the boys at my mother's house because I was letting her come here, but she was recording on that hate page that she made. You know what I mean? Like literally showing me on the page, people telling her to run off with the boys, all of this craziness. So she's at my mother's house. So we get into an argument because she says she doesn't want to give me the food stamp card. She doesn't want me to get any food for the boys. She's not letting me. So I'm like, well, you told me. So she calls the boyfriend. This is when the boyfriend threatens me, right? So he's like, I'm gonna come there, I'm gonna live you and all this other stuff. So I protect myself. It's legal, and I totally believe in it. Protect yourself at all costs. Protect your family at all costs. So I called 911 just to say, look, I'm being threatened by someone. He's saying that he's coming to our home. I'm going to protect myself if don't get here before he does. Police gets here first. This is allowing you to
Okay, that was the end of that. But do y'all notice that them lying people always drinking mad bottles of water when they be telling them good old lies? They be drinking all this damn water. I wish y'all would have got the full video. He took it down. I wish y'all would have got. It's okay though. It's okay. Let's find out what April had to say, because April got sick of this man coming out here and telling all these damn lies. I'm just trying to see. Oh, here's the one where he listen to this. Here's the one where he
everything you guys did.
The kid asked about the mom, and he's talking about who? You talking about grandmama? You talking about grandmama? Look how little the boys are when they ask about their mom, and he switches up and be like, "You mean grandmama?" Listen. The little boy said, "Where is mommy?" And he said, "You mean where is grandma?" Listen.
Say it again. Grandma.
Hold on, listen.
Guys did. It means a lot. Say it again. Grandmommy. You know grandmommy's home. Yeah. Grandmommy. You offer everything you guys did.
So the little boy says, "Where is mommy?" He said, "Huh? Say it again." And the little boy said, "Where is mommy?" He said, you mean grandmommy? Grandmommy is at grandmommy home." You see this piece of work? You see how easy it is to alienate, right? That's just one little piece of proof of alienation, right? Where's mommy? He says, say it again. Where mommy? You mean grandmommy? Look how little these boys are. This little boy want to know where his mama at. His mama at. Anyway, y'all, let's get to April, child. Let's get to April, because I'm glad April come forward and she is not dealing with that bullshit. Okay, let's go to her TikTok right quick. April said, I'm sick of you. Okay, now it says part 1 and part 3. I don't know if she deleted part 2, but let's listen to part 1, okay? This is April Johnson, the mother of the Hurtt twins that had to endure that bullshit with Jerron Hurtt, okay?
TikTok. Happy Sunday. As you can see, I'm sitting in my house chilling because it's cold as hell outside.
Now, it is low. Unfortunately, you guys, y'all gonna have to turn up your volumes because she is very, very low. But let's go back. Oh, no, wait a minute. It might.
And I'm probably.
Okay, it got higher. Hold on.
Hi, TikTok. Happy Sunday. As you can see, I'm sitting in my house chilling because it's cold as hell outside. But I decided to get on here and say something. I just decided to get on here because it's just a little short rant. And I set the timer for like 10 minutes, but maybe I'll be done before 10 minutes. Who knows? If not, I'll just go back and make another part. But those of you that don't know me, my name is April Johnson. I'm the mother of the twins, Jerron and Joshua Hurtt. And those of you that are online on Facebook, TikTok, and everywhere else, I know y'all probably see that father online ranting and raving and telling lies and just being vile, because that's the fucking character he is. But next month, I've been done had my kids. I've been had sole legal and primary custody of the twins for 2 years. And at the end of the day, I won. So I let him talk. I just let him be miserable and talk because I don't have time for it. And I'm just like, you've been doing this since 2020. Like, nigga, you ain't tired yet. You ain't tired yet. I'm fucking tired. I don't respond to you. I try to keep quiet, but enough is enough. Now, anytime, and I'm only responding now. Like my friends that say, don't respond, don't respond. Like you winning, not you winning, but you won. You got your kids. But at the end of the day, the disrespect is enough. I don't give a fuck what you got to say about me. You're miserable. Like I won at the end of the day. I got my kids. If you exploited them for years, I have my kids, but they could be normal kids, and you can't make money off of them. That's what you're so fucking mad for. But my thing is, this is my right. And yes, my TikTok was on private, but I took it off of private because I hope he see this shit. I hope he see this shit since he always being nosy or whatever. And thank you to my supporters because I know y'all on here. I know y'all check on me all the time. I love y'all. I love y'all so much. But anyway, it gets to a point. I don't give a fuck what you got to say about me. But when you get online and you talk shit about my firstborn child, when you talk shit about my 15-year-old son, talking about when we all moved in together, you got him tested for ADHD and they said he had ADHD. Bitch, let me tell you something. Yeah, we got him tested out because Zara, he was moving at a, now mind you, I'm pregnant with my twins. Zara has been the only child for what, 6 years? So of course my son was going through changes because he was the only child. So yes, I'm the one, it was my idea to be like, okay, let me take him to see a therapist or something. Then people did not diagnose my child with no fucking ADHD, bitch, while you sitting up there fucking lying. Lie again. For you to be fucking 45 years old, going on fucking 45 years old and tell the lies that you do is despicable. Despicable as shit. You are a miserable piece of shit. And I hope you see this. And I don't give a fuck. Show whoever. But let me tell you something. You keep my son name out your fucking mouth. When it comes to any of my kids, I don't give a fuck. Keep their names out your mouth. And yes, the two kids we have together, because you ain't no fucking father to them. You ain't no fucking father to them. When you had them, you exploited them and used them for money. Now you ain't got them no more. Now you grasping at straws, nigga. The fuck? I don't care. But then you talk about my son was slow and all this other stuff. Bitch, keep my son name out your mouth. Because I go to war for mine. My son ain't this shit. My son still don't fucking like your ass to this day. Still don't like your ass to this day after you treated me and him like shit when we was living with you. We don't like you to this day. He can't stand your ass to this day. Can't even stand to hear your fucking voice. Why you want to sit up here and fucking talk shit about him? My son in fucking ninth grade, he's doing well. All A's and B's, on the roll student, bitch. ADHD weird, bitch. Fuck you. But anyway, excuse my language, y'all, because I'm fucking heated. That's not the only thing. You sit up here telling lies, talk about when you met me, I came from nothing, bitch. I was in a house that I fucking grew up in. And then another thing is, you sitting up here talking about my parents. For one, both of my parents are fucking deceased. My father been gone this shit for 15 years. My mother be gone for 7. And you gonna sit up here and fix your mouth to say that my parents abused me and my brothers and sisters? Bitch, you don't know shit. We were not abused. I forgot you're jealous because your parents divorced when you was young. Your father was abusing your mother. Let's fucking talk about that. How your mother set up and told me that if she didn't leave your father, divorce your father, that it was going to be the death of her. Let's sit up while you want to be talking about my parents. My parents were married and I grew up in a loving home, bitch. Grew up in a loving home. I came from love. Apparently you didn't, because your own fucking father don't fucking deal with you and your brothers and sisters. Let's put that out there. And I don't give a fuck. I don't, because now you don't push me too far. When you talk about my kids, listen, I don't give a fuck what you got to say about me. But when it comes to my kids, you keep his name out your fucking mouth. Any of them. I don't care. Any of them. All 4 of them. You want to see me? Come see me. You know where the fuck I live at. While you talking about my kid, like you fucking 45 years old and you talk about a kid, then you want to talk about my deceased parents. Let's talk about yours. Then let me see. Since you want to sit up and lie, let me hit you with some facts real quick. Didn't you tell me your mother was addicted to pain pills and she would lie to her doctor to get them? Aren't you addicted to pain pills? And when I was living with you, you lied to your doctor about how much you were in pain to get pain pills so you could pop them every day? Let's talk about how through my whole pregnancy, how you were an alcoholic and a pill popper. How you were lying to your doctor, talk about you in so much pain to get the pain pills. And let's talk about how you would get so fucking pissy drunk, how you almost collapsed on my child and almost fucking suffocated him. And I have to My little ass had to push you off of him. Let's talk about that. But you telling your family, oh, I stopped drinking because of the kids. I stopped drinking because of Jerron and Josh. I don't want to roll over in the bed on them because yes, I co-sleep with my babies. But me, I didn't move at nighttime unless I woke up and moved. But you're telling lies to your family talking about I I stopped drinking because I have to be aware of Jerron and Josh. No, bitch, you stopped drinking because you came in the house one night and collapsed on my son at the time. My son was what?
And he has a DUI. He has a DUI. Okay. So he's already putting others in danger with his drinking.
7, 8 at the time, and you collapsed your big ass on top of my son, and you could have fucking killed them. Little as he wasn't, big as your dumb ass was, you could have killed my fucking son. Let's talk about that since you want to sit up and spread lies. I'm going to spread some truth. Your mother was a fucking pill popper. You told me that out your own mouth. Oh, yeah. And let's not forget how you used to break your neck and get into your truck and go down to your cousin's house and take her prescription drugs. Come back with all her prescription drugs because she was a fucking drug addict. Did you forget that? And I don't give a fuck who this video get around to. But you don't play with the wrong one talking about my son and my fucking parents. I'm going to put the truth out there because you should have left me the fuck alone. I've been ignoring you all these months. It's been 2 years since I had the twins. I've been ignoring you all these months, but you keep fucking with me. You keep sending the fucking police to my door every month. Let's put it out there. Let's put it out there on the line. How he was a fucking alcoholic and a pill popper. Remember in December of 2019 when you wanted to get off the fucking pills you were on? I think it was Percocet and some more shit, if I'm not mistaken. Percocet and some more shit that you wanted to get up off of. And I tried to help you go through withdrawal. All the nights you couldn't sleep, the throwing up, the diarrhea, the night sweats and crying and this, that, and the third, crying because you couldn't sleep, waking me up out of my sleep when I had been taking care of the kids all day while you did nothing but get drunk and pill pop and do whatever the fuck you wanted to do. Go hang out on the street while I stayed home and took care of the house, cook, cleaning. Remember all that stuff while you trying to paint me up to be the fucking bad guy? So you trying to paint me to be the bad person. But like I said, if you want to expose somebody, you trying to expose me on some fucking dumb shit and fucking want to lie on me, I'm about to hit the word with some fucking truth because I done stayed quiet too fucking long. I'm tired. I'm tired now. Once you involve my kids, no, that shot's fired. Once you involve my kids, it's over. And I don't give a fuck. I'm going to let the truth be told. And I'm going to make another part. If y'all don't know me, or whatever on Facebook, I'm pretty sure y'all done see him floating around on Facebook talking shit about me and my family and this, that, and the third, saying I'm starving the twins, doing whatever. Again, my name is April Johnson. I'm the mother of Jerron and Joshua Hurtt. My baby father is Jerron Hurtt. Why he's sitting up here? Y'all been talking about me since 2020. It's 2026, and you just don't know when to fucking quit. Do you ever know when to quit? Oh, because I got some more. I'm about to let it all out the bag. You done been on interviews and shit talking about me. So now you want to talk. And yes, I made my TikTok. I took my TikTok off of private because I need this shit to get around. I needed to get around for all the naysayers that's following, biting off his every fucking word, listening to him. I'm about to lay some fucking truth on the table. All right. This part is up, but get ready for part 2 and 3, or however long it take me. I'll be back, y'all. I'll be back.
Okay, y'all said part 2 is on in the group. I didn't see part 2 in the group. Let's go back to the group. Because I see part 3. I see that's part 3, but y'all said part 2 is in the group. I didn't see it in the group. Let me see. Is it a way you could just do media? I think that's the post. Y'all said part okay. I see part 3, but y'all said part 2 was in the group. I saw somebody say part 2 was in the group. I don't see part 2. But let's just go to part 3 because I don't see part 2. If y'all see part 2, can y'all send it to me or tag me in it? But let's go to part 3. She was oh, sorry. Somebody said she was quiet for a long time. She sure was. Let's go to part 3. I think she may have deleted part 2.
Okay, y'all. Again, back with part 3, fast same day, because I don't want to post different parts on different days. I'm trying to get it out the way as the day go on, just trying to get them out the way. So part 3, another thing that I heard he said was on his little rant or whatever he was doing of his lies and stuff, talking about what did he say? Because I'm gonna clear up everything. What did he say? Oh yeah, talking about when he met me, I work 3 to 11. Yes, I work.
Oh shit. Okay, wait a minute.
Okay, y'all. Again,
You said it's at the very top. Okay, most recent. Let me see. Most recent. Hold on. Let me see. I clicked on something else. Where is most recent? Trying to figure out how to do most recent. I know how to do it, I think. Um, hold on. I see featured. Then I just see that must be pinned. I don't see where it would tell me where I could put most recent. I don't see it, y'all. She said it's at the very top. I see part 3 at the very top. All right, she's calling me. Hey, you know where part 2 and 4 is at? Okay, I'm back at the top in the group. Where do I hit most recent at? Okay, I got discussion, and then all I see is featured. Oh, wait a minute. I thought I was a part of the group. Okay, I'm just joining now. Maybe that's what it was. Okay, now let me hit refresh. I thought I was already a part of the group. Oh, okay. So hit most recent or new post. Most recent. It don't say most recent. It say new post. Final rant. Oh, part 3, part 2. Okay, thank you. Okay, all right, bye. All right, y'all. I thought I was a part of the group. Maybe it was just okay. Anyway,
earlier because
let's go to part 2.
all right, y'all. Hello again. This is part 2 from rant part 1 that I did earlier because again, I am tired of being quiet. And I know like I was quiet because I'm like at the end of the day, I had my kids. I'm thankful for that. And I know everybody like, don't say nothing because you already won. Don't say nothing. Let them rant. Let them say, you know, at the end of the day, God got you. And I'm like, I asked God for forgiveness because I said I wasn't going to say nothing this year. I said I wasn't going to say nothing. I said I was going to keep quiet and stop letting everything get to me and respond because obviously that's what He wants me to respond. But I'm only coming out responding because I'm like, you hit a nerve. Like, for one, you're talking about my child, my innocent child that don't have shit to do with none of this.
And that's what narcissists do. They feed off of your attention. I will say he does want her to respond, but what he wants on top of just responding, he wants her to spiral out of control so he could try to use like some type of bad behaviors or something like that to take to the court to try to show her as unfit. You understand what I'm saying? But narcissists, they feed off of negative energy. And so they come out with the negative energy. They poke you, they poke you, they poke you because they really trying to get you to poke back, but not just poke back, but to explode. Okay. Because if you do, then they can say, they'll point fingers like, see, what I tell you, what I tell you. She's a bad person. She's a bad person. So that's why they do that relentlessly. They poke, jab, poke, and jab at you. That's a straight up ass narcissist behavior.
I don't play when it comes to neither of my kids, and everybody knows that about me. Yeah, I may be quiet, I might laugh, but that's the only reason that you'll find me behind bars when it comes to my kids. That'll be the only reason, and I'm gonna smile in my mugshot. I'm definitely gonna smile in my mugshot because when it comes to my kids, I don't play games with nobody. I will fall out with anybody. That's the only thing that will get me behind bars. Like I said, you're gonna see me in my mugshot smiling because I'm gonna be proud because I'm gonna take up for my kids every time. And then when you went on to lie on my dead parents, how dare you? So since you want to bring parents in there and lie on mine when they don't have nothing to do with this situation, since you want to open your mouth and willingly lie, like I'm gonna tell everything I know since I was at 5 Triple Crown Court. Everything that I know. And while you talking about, oh yeah, she got 4 kids and 3 different baby daddies, nigga, you one of them, and you ain't no good either. You one of them. So how you gonna sit up there and flex like, oh yeah, she got 4 kids and 3 baby daddies? I sure do, and I take care of every last one of my kids, and you're one of them. So you're a clown for even saying that. So how you gonna say that? And while we on, why you talk about I got 3 baby daddies? Don't you have a brother and sister? Don't all y'all got different daddies? Make that make sense. Don't y'all got different daddies?
So his mama got 3 baby daddies, right? He got a brother and sister, not by the same daddy, but he want to try to put her out, but he don't want to put his mama out there, right? So he basically trying to call her a hoe. But does that mean his mama a hoe? That's what people don't be trying to, to get at. You talking about somebody else, but what about your mama?
And I know before y'all, I mean, like, yeah, I know some people be like, but April, you chose. When people say, oh, you chose him, this, that, and the third, I didn't choose him. But the thing about it is, I didn't see none of this side when I met him. And like I said, when we was messing with each other, it was not a relationship. I could be woman in my mind. I can say that it was not a relationship. It was just doing us. And like I said, I was pregnant. I decided.
So she admitted it wasn't a relationship. They was just having fun. Okay, so she did admit that.
To keep my babies while he's sitting up there talking about I wanted an abortion. I never wanted an abortion. I never. I put on my big girl panties and I said I'm going to take care of my responsibility like a woman. I'm going to put on my big girl panties because this is a choice that I made. This is a decision I made. Um, and like I said, at the end of the day, I want full custody. I have solely. I make all the decisions. I make all of the decisions. I don't have to ask anybody. I make this on my own. And it's about to be 2 years. The twins are happy. They have a big brother. They have a little brother, 15 and 5. They are happy that they're out of that environment. And he's always talking, I'm going to take my kids back. They need to come home. Sir, they are home. They're home where they belong. But it's just that you keep running your mouth and running your mouth and lying on me and lying on me. Talk about I abuse my kids. I don't ever even raise a hand to my kids. All I do is talk. When they do something they ain't got no business, they're not the kids that you need to beat on. I never needed a beat on my kids. When you say something to them, they listen. And so my thing is, like you sitting up, you running around telling lies and try to make me look bad and everybody I deal with look bad because you're mad that you still lost. At the end of the day, your kids got taken from you at the end of the day because of you. It's not my fault. It's not them judges' fault. It's not them lawyers' fault. It's because of Jerron. You got your kids taken away because of you. And now you're sitting on the line acting fucking stupid and lying on me and talking about me like a dog when I'm the woman that brought your 2 kids into this world. You talk about me like a fucking dog. Like I don't mean shit, and I don't give a fuck. You don't have to care about me. I could kill. Like I don't give a fuck what you. I don't give a fuck what you say. But when it comes to my kids, when it comes to my family, you better watch your fucking mouth. That's all I gotta say. Watch your mouth. I ain't never talk about your family. And like I said, you want to talk about my family? I'm going to come after yours with facts, not lies. Since you want to bring my parents into my family and then line on my brothers and sisters and my parents and then talk about my child, since you want to sit up there and bring that, we can bring it on. We can bring it on. But like I said, March, it'll be 2 years that I had them in my custody. They're happy. They're in the 2nd grade. They're thriving in school. They're reading much better. When Gilman wanted to hold them back and make them repeat what? Freaking kindergarten? Y'all telling me my boys can't go to 1st grade? And like I told that judge, I said, if you give me my kids, I can assure you that my kids will be going to 1st grade when they go to that new school. And guess what? My babies are now in the 2nd grade. They're on track. They're caught up.
I've never heard in my life, y'all. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Have y'all ever heard kindergarten's been held back? I ain't never heard a school holding kindergartners back. Is that even possible? I mean, aren't in kindergarten, aren't you just learning your colors or some shit? Like, what? I've never heard of anybody being held back in the kindergarten. Damn.
But Gilman, that's so
Oh, wait a minute. Y'all said yes, y'all have heard? Oh, wow, I haven't. Damn.
special. Wanted to hold my kids behind, talk about our prep one. I guess only no prep one and then try to blame me, talk about it's my fault that they don't know nothing. You were keeping them away from me, so how is it my fault? That they talk about they don't respond to time and this, that, and whatever they was talking about. But like I said, I got my kids to the first grade when they started that new school. I sure enough did. And like I said, there's nothing else to do but sit up and lie and tell stuff that ain't so because you have nothing else to do at the end of the day but sit online and beg people for money. And you talk about somebody on public housing in Section 8. I ain't never been on none of that. Neither has my parents. I grew up in a 4-bedroom house, big bag.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. I'm over here tearing this gummy bear up. Wait a minute. She just cleared up another lie. So I'm sitting up here thinking that she was on Section 8 because he said that. So she said she ain't never been on no Section 8. Hold on. She said she ain't never been on no Section 8. So he lied again, y'all. Damn.
They talk about they don't respond to time and this, that, and whatever they was talking about. But like I said, I got my kids to the first grade when they started that new school. I sure enough did. And like I said, there's nothing else to do but sit up and lie and tell stuff that ain't so because you have nothing else to do at the end of the day but sit online and beg people for money. And you talk about somebody on public housing in Section 8. I ain't never been on none of that. Neither has my parents. I grew up in a 4-bedroom house, big backyard. When you met me, I was living with my mother. 4-bedroom house, big backyard, no Section 8. My parents paid cash for that house. Cash. They owned their house. It was no Section 8 or nothing like your mother. Your mother been on Section 8 since I was thought about. So since you want to go there and talk about somebody on Section 8, your mother's still on Section 8 and you living in her basement. Are you sure you're supposed to be there? Do I need to make some phone calls and report that you're still in your mother's?
He live with his mama now? Damn. He doing real bad. He living with his mama now.
So once she on Section 8, nobody's supposed to be there but her. But you want to sit up there and talk about people like you're just all the DUI. All your rap sheet is as long as my freaking arm. Why you trying to make me look bad? You going on interviews and stuff talking about me, telling lies, stuff that ain't so to make everybody hate me. And I don't care. You and your followers can hate me. And I'm still thriving. I'm still doing good to this day. Got a job, telling people I'm making $12 to $16 an hour. You wish I was making that. You wish I was making that little money. But even if I was, it's more than what you're making. You don't see me online begging for freaking money. Oh, I need money for the lawyer because I'm trying to take my kids back away from my baby. You don't see me doing all that. We're happy over here. We stay prayed up. The twins are happy. Their brothers are happy. We all a big happy family while you sitting there miserable talking about us. And we could give a damn. Like I said, I wasn't going to respond. But once you talked about my kid, once you talked about my mommy and daddy, all bets are off. All the gloves are off. Because you don't get to sit up there and run your mouth and tell lies and stuff like that. You don't get to sit up there and do that. And I don't care who you show this video to. I don't care if you screen record it. I don't. Because I'm going to tell everybody why I made this video. Because you talk about me like a freaking dog every fucking day. And I'm tired of it. Like I said, I wasn't going to respond this year. I was just going to let you do you and be miserable. But no, you keep my kid and my parents' name out your mouth. That's what you can do. And if anybody have any questions, y'all hit my inbox. Y'all can ask me a question. I will tell the truth like I've been telling since 2020, 2021. My story never changes. If y'all can see that my story never changed, I can tell you everything that happened from the time I found out I was pregnant with my twins until this nigga put me out until we went to court. I can tell you. Because my story never changes. The abuse I went through, verbal, physical, emotionally, I could tell you all of that.
So he put hands on her too. So this clown ass dude put hands on her too.
And my story never changes. In court, my story never changed. It wasn't no, I don't know. It was none of that. None of that. Did you think that I was not going to go down without a fight for my kids? And like you still sitting up here in this 2026 and you don't have nothing else better to do but drag. You still drag my name through the dirt. It's been what, 5 years? Aren't you tired by now with dragging my name through the dirt? You should be tired. Like I don't get it. And then you sending the police to my door every month to do a welfare check. You lost your
Can't she stop? Like, can she do something about that? Him sending the cops for a welfare check? That's harassment.
kids because of you. It's nothing I did, nothing the judges did, nothing. Then I mean, like, what do you expect me to do? Uh, they passed down the court order. Why you keep telling everybody there's no court order? It is. It is. The case is closed. It's over and done with. It's over and done with. If you want to take me back to court, I mean, we can go back to court. I ain't scared because I will tell the truth. Why I'm not letting you talk to him? Because you had your followers calling my home, threatening to kill everybody in this motherfucking house. So that's why you're not talking to them because you're putting them in danger. But anyway, I'll be back with a part three just to sum everything up again. Be back with a part three. So y'all stay tuned. I'm cooking on this Sunday. I'm trying to get everything underway to get my kids ready for school tomorrow. But if I think about it, I'll be back with a part three. A part three. All right, see ya. Bye.
Hold on, let's go to part 3.
All right. Hey, y'all. Okay, y'all. Again, back with part three. I know they coming fast same day because I don't want to post different parts on different days. I'm trying to get it out the way as the day go on, just trying to get them out the way. So part three, another thing that I heard he said was on his little rant or whatever he was doing of his lies and stuff, talking about what did he say? Because I'm gonna clear up everything. What did he say? Oh yeah, talking about when he met me, I work 3 to 11. Yes, I work 3 to 11:30. I would get up in the morning, take my son to school, and my mom would pick him up in the evening because I had to be to work at 3 and he got out of school at 2:30. So my mom would pick him up and she would keep him for me until I got off of work. All the stupid shit he talking about, but oh, she didn't take care of him. Bitch, how dare you lie on my mother? Lie on my mother one more time. Like I want you to. Like I want you to. How dare you? I just can't believe this nigga, yo. My mother had 12 of us. You think she would not take care of her grandchild? My mother has a bunch of children. My mother has 12 children, has a bunch of grandchildren, great grandchildren. My mother was a great provider. I forgot, like, you're jealous because your mother didn't provide for you, like my mother provided for me and all my siblings. So you're jealous of that. I'm sorry your mother and father didn't love you like my parents love me. I'm sorry. But don't sit up here and try to say, oh, my mother wasn't taking care of my son and he played video games all day. Because no, the fuck he did not. No, the fuck he did not. See, you gotta sit up there and make everybody else look bad because you have a miserable life. But I'm not gonna let you do it. I'm not gonna let you do that. I'm not gonna let you talk bad about my parents. I'm not gonna let you do that. You're a piece of shit for that. And so since you want to talk bad about my parents, like I said, I'm gonna tell the truth about yours. I'm gonna tell the truth about yours. How you and your brothers and sisters said that your mother was the worst mother and she didn't really care for y'all, never showed y'all affection and all this other bullshit. I wasn't there, so I don't know. This is the shit you told me. This is the shit you told me about how your mother didn't hug you and she never said I love you, how all of y'all need help or whatever. This is what you said. This is what you said out of your own mouth. How you would cuss your mother out at a drop of a dime, like she lived right next door. I watch you cuss your mother out. I watch you treat your mother like dirt. But hey, if you don't have respect for your own mother, you're not going to have respect for any woman. If you don't have respect for your own mother, so there's that. And the way that you approach a woman and disrespect a woman and beat on women, you will never step to a man like that. You will never step to a man like that. Are you going to tell the world that you ran from my boyfriend? My boyfriend just wanted to talk to you. My baby just wanted to talk to you, and you ran from him. And this is before the custody case was settled. This is before when we had 50-50. My boyfriend just wanted to talk to you in the store when he was leaving out and you had the twins. And you took off running from my boyfriend when he just wanted to talk. My boyfriend ain't say, hey, put your dukes up, let's fight, no nothing. But you ran off down the aisle and you left Jerron and Josh behind. And they were like, hey, D just want to talk. Remember that? Like, so the same disrespect, how you can step to a female and disrespect the female and put your hands on a female, you don't have the balls to do it to a man because you're a little boy. You
And that is very typical of an abuser. They will talk shit, hit a woman, beat a woman, but when it comes to a man, they want to apologize, they want to dap up, they want to try to blame the girl. Nah, man, I ain't got no beef with you. I ain't got no beef with you, you know?
get off disrespecting females. You get it, like I said, if you don't have respect for your own mom, what makes me think that you're gonna have respect for your kids, mom, if you don't have respect for your own mom? But when you needed stuff, and like I said, I live with you, I know. Remember when you needed money for the BG&E because our lights got cut off? And I wasn't working, I was a stay-at-home mom. Remember when our lights got cut off? Remember when you couldn't pay the rent? How you kept going to mommy? I'm gonna go to my mother. Had your mother pay our BG&E and then told me, don't tell nobody that my mother paid our BG&E. Why? Because you wanted the world to believe that you were making $100,000 a year. That's making $100,000 a year. You're not gonna go to your mother and be like, "Ma, I need you to pay my BG&E."
What's a BG&E? Is that like a energy bill? But not only that, somebody making $100,000 a year wouldn't be tripping over somebody's food stamp card either. So he want the world to think that he was very well off at Comcast making 100K. Okay.
When we come pay the rent, who took our loans? I did. I did. I took our loans to pay our rent. When I was going to school online, I took my financial aid money and paid the rent. So I made sacrifices for us not to lose our house. I made fucking sacrifices. You don't tell the world that though. You're not gonna tell the world that. I co-signed for that fucking Audi truck you got. That's still on my credit. You're not gonna tell the world that though. You're not gonna tell the world how a piece of shit you are. How you put your hands on me in front of the twins when they were a year old and then said, oh, the twins started crying, and you're gonna tell them, oh, it's okay, we're only playing. I'm only playing with your mother.
Mm, I'm only playing with your mother. Mm. Ooh.
Like I said, you're a piece of shit, a real piece of shit. And like I said, come judgment day, like I pray to God have mercy on your soul because you don't deserve mercy because you've been talking about me for 5 freaking years. Five now it's going on what 6, maybe. So, like you've been talking about me for so long, and I'm like, look, where is it getting you? Do you get paid for talking about me? Do you get paid for telling lies about me? How much do you get paid? Because I should get a portion of that. I should get a portion of that because you talk about me so much. Like you should just split down right. You should just split the money right down the line with me for how much you talk about me. Like I know you miss me, and that's too bad. That's too bad because the woman that you're claiming I am, that's so mean and violent, I wasn't. I wasn't. Are you going to tell the world about how, when you put me out, you were trying to get me back into that miserable ass house? And yes, I miss my twins, but I wasn't bringing me and my son back into that miserable ass house with an abuser. I wasn't. And like I said, I thank God every day that my boys are home with me and their brothers. Every day. You don't do nothing for your boys. You don't do anything. Nothing.
He don't do anything for the boys, but yet he's online, cash apps, GoFundMe's, PayPal's, and all this. Oh, I need money. I need money. I need money, and he don't even. I miss my boys so much, but he don't do nothing for them.
2 years since I had them. It's like you don't want your kids because you love them. You want them to make more money for you. Because as soon as you get your hands on them again, you're gonna put them back to work to have them making money for you. You already sitting on social media begging. So you only want them so you can put them back to work. So you can make money off of them. And the judge even seen that. The judge even seen it. You're never gonna change. And I done had them going on 2 years and you're still online begging for money. You're never gonna change. It just takes me back to when I was pregnant with them and you used to whisper to my stomach, y'all gonna make daddy rich one day. Y'all gonna make daddy rich one day. And like I said, I should have seen it, but I didn't.
Damn, she said he used to whisper to her stomach, y'all gonna make daddy rich one day. So he already had plans on working his boys, you know? That's crazy. Y'all gonna make daddy rich one day. Damn, that's messed up.
And like I said, Oh, well, you picked him. Like I said, he didn't show the side when we was, hanging real happy. He didn't show the side. He didn't show the side till after the twins were born. After they were born. It took my family to tell me, April, you and Zari don't look right. You and Zari don't look right. Y'all look sad. It took my family to tell me something's wrong. I started losing weight real fast. My hair started falling out. My face was sunken in. Everybody was saying, you don't look happy. Zari was always sad. And then everybody that grew up with me and everybody know me, I'm always happy. Zari is always happy. But the shit we went through in that freaking house was ridiculous. I'm telling you. And then, like, even though the way we left, him kicking us out, it hurt me and my son feelings. But at the end of the day, I was glad to be back in the city around family where I had family at. Because where we lived at, I had no family out there. I had no family out there. Everybody was on his side. I had no family out there. So when he talk about all my family looked out for her, all your family did not look out for me. And like I said, after he kicked me out, it was some of his family that was still there for me and some of his family that wasn't. Like, he got a cousin that even turned on me. One of his cousins turned on me and she was online talking shit about me, lying for him. So I'm just like, got on the stand in court and lied on me for him. So I'm like, I don't understand that. I'm not understanding. Everybody, now that I got the kids, everybody want to be a part of the lives. Everybody want to see them. Everybody wants to see them now that I got them. When I was sitting up here crying and everything, going through what I was going through, when I didn't have my kids, where were y'all? Y'all were nowhere to be found. Y'all was hee hee ha ha. And then the videos he posted, now that I got the twins, everybody, we want to see them. We want to see them. I don't want to hear all that. The shit is phony because when he was keeping my kids away from me, I ain't hear nothing from nobody. From nobody. Now everybody all up in my face. We want to see the twins. We want to see the twins. Now y'all want to see them because I got them. I got full custody of them. Now everybody want to see him. Where was y'all at when
They didn't care whether she saw her kids or not when the daddy was keeping them away from her. But now all of a sudden they care. No, they want to try to probably get those boys to give them back to him, or allow him to see them in some type of capacity.
I was going through this custody battle? Everybody was laughing and hee hawing like shit was fucking funny. Now everybody want to be my fucking friend. Like, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, man. I'll come back with another part if I feel like it. But y'all, like, come on with all that.
All right, let's go to part 4.
Okay, y'all.
That's part 3. Here we go.
Okay, y'all. This is the final part. I don't have too much more to say anymore. Um, it was just a rant because, like I said, I'm just tired of all the lies being spread and me sitting back being quiet. And like I said, it doesn't bother me what he says about me, but like I said, when my kid was brought up and my parents and my brothers and sisters was brought up and talked about in a negative light, my family means the world to me. And I don't care who you are, I'm not letting nobody sit up and talk about my family. And like I said, I don't talk about nobody's family, but like I said, it's an eye for an eye for me. Like, you're not gonna sit up there and disrespect my people and think that I'm not gonna come and say something. So you wanna lie on my people, I'm gonna tell the truth about your people. And you try to paint this pretty picture like you so innocent and all this other stuff and all the people that just let him see him, just let him see him. And for everybody that's saying let him see his kids that I hear all the time, oh, she's wrong for keeping your kids away from you. Let me tell you something. The court order states I have sole legal and primary custody. It states that he has 1 hour visits a week, which was every Saturday. Court ordered. And it was
1 hour a week. Y'all, we're gonna finish listening to her final rant, but you got to be a horrible ass father, parent, to only be awarded 1 hour a week. 1 hour a week to see your kids. Especially when You had joint custody that wasn't good enough for you. You went back for full custody and you lost, right? You lost and you only awarded 1 hour a week. That's because of his record, all the bullshit that he was doing, plus exploiting his damn children. That's crazy.
The courts. The first warning, they told him, if you keep interrogating these twins at this visit,
Let's go back.
kids away from you, let me say something. So you want to lie on my people, I'm going to tell the truth about your people. And you try to paint this pretty picture like you so innocent and all this other stuff, and all the people that just let him see him, just let him see him. And for everybody that's saying let him see his kids, that I hear all the time, oh, she's wrong for keeping your kids away from you. Let me tell you something. The court order states I have sole legal and primary custody. It states that he has 1 hour visits a week, which was every Saturday. Court ordered, and it was through the courts. The first warning, they told him, if you keep interrogating these twins at this visit, we're going to have to revoke your privileges at these visitations. So imagine 1 hour visits, and instead of you spending time with your boys, spending time with them and everything, you decide to interrogate them and ask them what's going on in my house. Instead of you spending time with them, asking them questions about me, what I'm doing, what my boyfriend doing, what's going on in the house. That's not spending your 1 hour.
Sure is not.
With them. You're not spending your 1 hour with them. You're asking them questions, and they told him not to do that. So what happens when they give him another chance? They're the exact same thing, and they stop the visitation. Stop the visitation. They cut the visits off. So he found somebody to do visitations that he had to pay for. Same thing, 1 hour a week on Saturdays. Same thing. Nice older lady. And she said, she worked with the court. She don't do this a lot. Nice older woman. Met her, talked to her before. Sweetest lady. Older woman. We meet up at Tulsa Library. I go about my business to give them time to meet up for that 1 hour with this woman that was a part of the court system and all this other stuff. So I go off for an hour. I come back to get them. Her report, cussed the lady out, was nasty and rude to the lady. Now, mind you, you're paying this lady to see your boys for your 1 hour a week. One visit, and you cussed this lady out and was rude and nasty to her the whole hour. So she said, I'm not going to deal with the disrespect. And she cut it off. Cut it off. She did that out the kindness of her heart for her. She did it out the kindness of her heart for him to see his children 1 hour a week because the courts cut him off. And he found somebody, and he cussed this woman out terrible, was mean and rude to her. So guess what? Supervised visits are no more. And mind you, I got custody in 2024 March, and he was getting his visitation from the courts for like maybe a month, 2 months. Then when he got this other woman that worked along the courts, one visit, and he disrespected her so bad, she cut the visits off. She told me, April, I can't do this. I can't deal with the disrespect. Went back to court with the second judge. He was like, I'm not changing anything that the first judge did. First, the whatever order she put out, it still stands. That was that. In the end of 2024, I believe in October. So when his little supporters and followers, whoever get on here and want to talk about she's just deliberately keeping the kids away from him and she this, that, and the third, know your facts before you run your mouth. Know your facts. Because while y'all sitting there eating up everything that he's passing to y'all don't know the facts. These followers just sit up there and eat it up.
I love that she's saying that because that's exactly what happens. They don't be knowing shit, and then they just come out and run with the narrative and just spread the narrative, beat it into their supporters, and keep on spreading it all around the internet, and it just be a bunch of damn lies. Know the damn facts, So
don't sit up there and be like, she wrong for not letting you see your kids. I'm following a court order.
Exactly.
He's not supervised. He don't get to see them. I'm following a court order. If anybody have a problem with that, y'all go to the court and y'all talk to the judge. But I'm following a court order. I'm not deliberately keeping the kids from him. I'm following an order that was passed down. So while y'all want to sit up there and eat it up while he's telling y'all that it ain't no court order, I'm here to tell y'all it is. Nothing was changed. Nothing was put in writing that he needs to see them. He had his 1 hour, he blew it. They revoked his privileges with his 1 hour supervision. So that's not on me, that's on him. So, like I said, y'all have questions, I will answer them, honestly. And like I said, he was FaceTiming them. I was letting him talk to them until he put me and my boyfriend number online and had his followers threatening our lives, threatening every person, and even our kids. So your follow.
She could have filed charges against him. He put their phone number online and had his supporters calling, making threats to her and her boyfriend. Imagine that. That's harassment. And I could tell she has like this very calm, loving spirit because I would have had this nigga arrested. You hear me? Locked up, clean.
Was calling our house, threatening to kill everybody in here, including our kids we got together. You and your followers are sick. Are sick. So I'm going to protect mine.
Exactly.
I'm going to protect the 4 babies I pushed out. So while your followers was sitting up there calling us last year, blowing up our phone in the middle of the night and telling y'all don't give his kids back, we're going to come kill y'all, we're going to come do this, and we're going to come make y'all life this, that, and the third. So the next time you tell people that you're not talking to your kids, you tell them why you're not talking to them. You tell them how your followers threatened everybody in this damn house to take our lives, telling us to watch our backs when we leave our house.
Damn.
For all 4 of my kids and my fiance, and 2 of the kids being yours. So you don't care about them kids. You don't care. Anytime you have your followers talk about they're going to kill everybody in the house, you don't care about the kids. So like I said, it's 2 years that I had them going on. They're about to be 8 this year. They happy, they healthy. So for everybody that want to be on his side and take up for him and call me out of my name, saying I'm this, I'm that, and the third, and while he keeps talking about the kids coming home before their birthday, we'll see. Their birthday next month. Why you keep telling people that you plan on taking my kids away from me and that they gonna come home? Like I said, they are home. So that's what I just wanted to rant about, y'all. Like I said, anything else he talk about as far as me and how mean I am and this, that, and the third, I don't care about none of that. Because I'm only mean when you give me a reason to be. But like I said, when you involve my children, my family, my deceased parents, well, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna come say something because you will not get away with that when I don't talk about any of your family. But you want to talk about my family? Let's be fair. You lying on my family? I'm gonna tell the truth about yours. Let's be fair. Let's be fair. And yeah, I know y'all. I cuss like a sailor. I know I cuss like a sailor when I'm mad. I'm human. I'm human. When I'm mad, I cuss like a sailor. I'm passionate when I talk about something. Very. So, but I'm the nicest person y'all ever want to meet. The nicest person you ever. All them times he talk about, oh, she mean, she yelling, she cussing, in the house. I had a reason to. I had a reason to. Look who I was in the house with, and he talked about me like a dog, cussed me out to my face, put his hands on me. I had a reason to act the way I acted in that house. And it wasn't all the time. So if you keep poking the bear, what kind of response are you going to get out of me? And I wasn't yelling at my kids. I was yelling at him after he yelled back at me and putting his hands all over me. So his followers can go ahead and eat up what they want to eat up. But that's all I wanted to get out. I wanted to put the truth out there. That's all I wanted to do. But anybody that's asking, Jerron and Josh are okay. They're alive and well, y'all. They so lovable. So lovable. So that's all I got to say. That's all I wanted to get out there because I'm tired. No more being quiet. And I'm going to take the necessary steps possible so he can stop talking about me because I'm tired of it. So that's it, y'all. Y'all have a nice night, nice day, whatever it is. Peace, blessings, love y'all. Bye-bye.
So I saw somebody down in the comments say she need a TPO and a CCL, and I agree because if he's saying things like my boys are gonna be home next month for their birthday, if he's telling people that on the internet, you know what I mean? I would definitely think that he is planning something. So I would guard myself accordingly. I do think that they need protection in their homes and on their person. I don't know the Maryland law as far as open carry or concealed carry or not. But I will say that, whatever their law allows, I would definitely do it. Um, and if he's going around telling people, like I said, oh, they coming home, they're gonna be home with me next month. Yeah, I would think that he has something up his sleeves. So this says Jerome gave out mom's phone number. His supporters called, threatened to KI everybody in the house. Wow. Oh, gave out the mom's phone number, talking about to the boys. Um, I think that he is crashing because he keeps going online. He keeps talking shit about her, right? He keeps doing these interviews. If you go on YouTube and type in the Hurtt twins dad, or either Jerron Hurtt, but the Hurtt twins dad, you will see all these videos of these podcasters, mainly men, that have even my boy, which I actually like him, Dr. Richard Rashad. He had him on his podcast too, but you can kind of tell that Dr. Richard didn't really interview him and get the backstory before he interviewed him on live. You can kind of tell that he really didn't know the backstory because he was taken up for this Joker. But if he knew the backstory, knew the courts actually awarded her custody and the whole thing about his background, drugs being found in his system, multiple DUIs, physical abuse, he got DV charges, drug charges, alcohol related charges, contempt of court. He has so many charges that shows him as a non-compliant and a violent person, a law breaking person, right? Then I don't think Dr. Rashad would have taken that stance that he took. But nevertheless, I could tell toward the end of the interview, I think Dr. Rashad started realizing that, he was a fraud. That's my opinion. She said you got to see V. Lenore interview with him. She ate him up. Now, I did hear she ate him up, and I think that's the one that he refers to a lot by saying that he thought he was going over on her channel for one thing, and it ended up being something different because he thought that he was going to go on her channel and you was going to have this female defending you and talking down about April. But as she listened, she's like, things are not adding up. Like, why would the judge just take your kids? Why would the judge, after a guardian ad litem, like, why would they? It has to be something else. And everybody kept asking, it has to be something else. It has to be something else. Why the judge take your kids? He tried to make it seem like the judge was a bad judge. And remember, he got it taken out of that judge's court and into another judge. Remember? And that judge said the exact same thing. I'm not overriding the last judge. And he got mad at that judge. He got mad at that judge. So he gets mad at everybody that have something to do with the case as long as they're not acting in his favor, right? He wants things to be in his favor. And when they're not in his favor, that's when he grows mad and accuses them of doing things that's not true. That's very much false. So I am concerned for her safety because if the man is telling his supporters that the boys will be home next week, yeah, I would be a little concerned as well. I don't think that she should sleep on this. I actually think she should get the police involved. Hold on. See, look, he just posted this an hour ago. Who's in New York City? I'm thinking about taking a trip up there Wednesday or Friday. If you personally know any influencer that's that's there or there, please DM me. Also, I will be changing the name back to the Hurtt twins in honor of us entering back into the family court soon. Like he lead them on. And he's not even supposed to be posting the kids. This man just don't care. He just don't care. Oh, this is he put it back up, y'all. He put the whole 2-hour video back up. I wonder what made him put the 2-hour video back up. And he just did this. Oh, he didn't take it down. So here's the 2-hour video, but we're not going to do this today. I don't even know if y'all want to go over this video or do y'all just want to watch it on your own, but it is 2 hours and 24 minutes, 2 hours and 24-minute video. I don't know if how y'all want to do that. Maybe another day, but I think we're too far in this video in order for us to break down a 2-hour video. But I would love to hear what he has to say. And I don't know if y'all want to hear it with me, or maybe we could do it on a members only or something, but I don't know. But I would love to hear all the lies that he's now coming out here with, because I want to say every month, but every other week, there's another lie. He escaped from the same facility Gorilla Sister did. I would love to hear it too. Okay. He looks like a smoker of more than just weed. The alcohol has picked his damn brain. Yeah, that's not the first time he have said the boys is coming home. Yeah, but he does that to let people know. Well, not let them know, but to trick them into believing that the boys are coming home, and then they don't. And then he goes and blame it on the courts, or blame it on the mother, or blame it on lawyers. Oh, I didn't have enough money to pay my lawyer. Like, this man is just vile. He's like the one of the worst. I should save the video just in case he tries to take it down again. But if y'all want to come back, we could break this video down. I just don't want to play it all the way through. Y'all know I like to do commentary on it and give my reaction. I just think Jerron Hurtt. I actually think that I don't know if this can even happen. Maybe I need to do a little bit more research. But can the judge? What's the word I want to say? Can the judge order someone to counseling, like a psychologist, or to psychiatric help? Can the judge make someone order them to go seek psychiatric help? Because if they can, I think they should. She said, Amor, wasn't he schooling Justin? Yes, he was. Him and Justin was in cahoots. Oh, thank you, Barbara. She says, hey, Amor, showing some love. Oh, thank you so very much. Do appreciate you so much. She said, yes, he could be ordered. So the judge, an evaluation or a psychiatric treatment? He needs psychiatric treatment, in my opinion. She said, Amor, he does that for money. I crack up when he cries with those fake tears. And he does cry with those fake tears. She said, yes. Oh, he was ordered psychological help, and he refused to continue. Also, the judge can order it, and he was ordered, but he didn't finish it. Oh, okay, I thought when they ordered it, it was a must, like you must complete this. Because I actually think that Jerron needs some psychological help. I really do. So I would love to break this video down. Maybe we can do this on another live, like a separate live, and break this video down. Again, it's 2 hours and 24 minutes, which means it'll be well over a 3-hour live. So I don't know if y'all want to do this tonight or y'all want to do this tomorrow. Y'all let me know. Refusing court order may also be why he lost custody. Can you imagine being allowed 1 hour a week to see your kids and you questioning them about their mother and the mother boyfriend? If you want to see your kids, you want to see your kids. Why are you asking about the mother and the boyfriend? It's because he wanted to catch the boys saying something negative so he can try to use it in court. That's what he was trying to do. If I'm not mistaken, like if the judge ordered 1 hour a week, and if he did that, let's just say for 6 months straight and everything was straight, I'm pretty sure the judge would have gave him more visitation, then more visitation, and then more visitation. Because that's how it does, that's how they do it. But the judge also saw that he had a drug problem. Y'all, I had this man background, and this man had so much stuff on his background that I could not believe he was going around from channel to channel to channel acting like he was this perfect dude. Like, dude, you got drug charges, you got DUIs, you got domestic violence. Like, how do you think you're supposed to be the sole provider, or not even the sole provider, but the sole caretaker of these boys away from the mom? It's because he had money and he thought that his money was going to put him in a better position. He kept saying, "Oh, we live in this gated community. They go to this private school. I drive this Range Rover. We're doing so good. The mother is on welfare and food stamps and Section 8, and she's not doing well." Well, he found out that financial stability does not mean that you are a better fit for your children. Because apparently the judge says no, so that's not true. Just because you got the money doesn't mean the kids are going to stay with you. So that's crazy. This dude is crazy to me. I don't know, y'all. For those that follow this story and the Cora and Justin, who's worse, Justin or this guy, the Hurtt twin? Or Jerron is his name. Jerron or Justin, both of them named Jays. Imagine that. But Jerron or Justin, I'm going to say Jerron. My opinion is Jerron. Who do y'all have y'all's on? She said, and he really wasn't financially stable. No, not at all. Listen. When the judge asked him, how much money have you saved from all of that money that you made on your kids? This joker said, I had to spend all my money on lawyer fees. And come to find out, didn't this lawyer quit? Or maybe I'm thinking of Justin lawyer. Somebody said Justin is worse. Y'all think Justin is worse than Jerron? She said, that's a tough pick. Well, they call each other brothers from another mother. Jerron was behind in everything. So what was he doing with the 40K that he was making a month? Oh, well, never mind. He was popping pills. He was buying pills and getting drunk and having his boys fall out and hurt themselves and shit like that, which is crazy. But he said he's going to change the name. Oh, he already didn't. Oh, no, he didn't. It's called A Hurtt Story. So he has the Hurtt Story, but he said he's going to change it to the Hurtt Twins. But y'all heard the judge tell him to not post his children, right? Look at this. And then he goes and put the guardian ad litem on blast. Was this her? Hold on, let me make sure this was the one. No, this was the judge. I didn't even know you could do that, can't you? He put the judge that removed the kids from his care on his page. Can you do that? Oh, this was the judge. He said that she was removed from the case. Now take a look at this picture below. This is, oh, wait a minute. These are two different women. No, it's the same woman. Wait a minute. He says, if you haven't heard, last year, after I interviewed on WSA 9 and shared my story, Judge Nancy Papura was removed from my case. Then, just a couple of months ago in September, I reported her to the Judicial Disability Commission. Mysteriously, she retired just weeks later. even though she had 2 years left on her term. Now, take a look at the picture below. This is Angela Silverstein, the guardian ad litem in our case. She recently changed her picture to one where she is smiling, but a zebra doesn't change its stripes. The first thing Angela Silverstein said when arriving at our house was, how could I afford a Range Rover? Instead of focusing on the safety and well being of my children, she focused on my finances. Even after I shared a police report clearly showing abuse, she stated in an email that she was not a mandated court reporter, and in court, she advocated for my boys to be taken away with no communication for months. That email is on our page. My son has been crying out about abuse and neglect since they were 3 years old. Come on. Those videos are also on our page. Yet Angela Silverstein claimed my boys were not old enough to say what happened to them and suggest they were being coached. After knowing abuse had already taken place with their mother was with a previous thug, when their mother was with the previous thug, and after learning she was now with a new thug, I asked for an investigation into this background. Angela Silverstein never looked into him. Instead of investigating the thug my sons are living with, she chose to examine my finances, despite knowing my sons had already experienced abuse from a prior thug, including abuse of their mother and one of my sons. Hmm. We have 1.7 million members of our virtual family following us because of my boys' incredible communication skills at such a young age. People know how clearly they can express themselves. I have petitioned in the comments that I need everyone to sign and share. We need justice and a full investigation into what was done to my sons and me. Please help us bring them home and make sure other fathers do not face the same situation. If you comment address, I will send you the address to send a check to my attorney if you would like to help. Thank you for the support. And this was on December of 2025, so just a couple of months ago. This joker, but I thought he was ordered to take all the pictures down of his kids. I guess he said, hell no, I ain't doing shit. He put the pictures back up because he did take the photos down, but he put the pictures back up. Mm. This joker right here, don't he said? I guess he said, "Shit, I already lost custody. Like, what? What more can I ask for? I done lost custody." He like, I can't lose nothing else. That's how he looking at it, y'all. He looking at it like I can't lose nothing else. I'm put these videos, and he said he had 1.7. Oh yeah, he does have 1.7 million. Hmm. What does this say? Just because we survived it doesn't mean our children should have to. What was said to us, what was done to us, what we normalize stops here. Our children deserve softer childhood, safer homes, and parents who choose healing over habits. We don't repeat cycles, we break them, breaking cycles so children don't have to recover from their childhood. You want to know the crazy part about this? It's literally people on his page. Like he posts this picture right here on the 4th. See you soon, boys. And he got 10K likes for this video. Oh, 10K likes. See you soon, boys. And this is against the judge's will. He said, this is an update on our case. It has now been 539 days since I've seen my sons. Please check out our video on our page. You will see the love that my sons and I shared, and even videos of them telling about what happened to them. But let's look at the videos right quick about them saying what happened to them, because they really didn't say, from the last time I read. Let me see, does he have it on here? Oh, let's see. Does he have it on here? I don't see it right now, but I know I had played it one day and it wasn't clear. Anyway, maybe I'll look at it and get the video back up another time. Oh, here's one. My boys can talk. Let's
What did you eat in
listen.
school today?
I 2 sandwiches, tater tots, and a quesadilla.
You had all of that food?
Yeah,
Why'd you eat all that food?
I really have almost all of the food from the school.
Did you eat at your mother's house?
Not really.
Why didn't you eat that much at your mother's house?
I don't know.
Were you hungry at your mother's house, Deron?
Yeah, really hungry.
Was your did Zayn and Grayson, was they hungry?
No.
This is one of the numerous emails sent to the Guardian ad Litem explaining to her how my
Now, from what the Guardian ad Litem said, the boys was they couldn't have been three because he said school, so they couldn't have been three. But y'all tell me, I don't know. Do y'all think the boys was coached? Let's listen to that again.
What did you eat in school today?
I 2 sandwiches, tater tots, and a quesadilla.
You had all of that food?
Yeah,
Why'd you eat all that food?
I really have almost all of the food from the school.
Did you eat at your mother's house?
And why would they respond? We had almost all of that food from the school. Why would they even respond that way? This sounds set up like a mug to me.
What did you eat in school today?
I 2 sandwiches, tater tots, and a quesadilla.
You had all of that food?
Yeah,
Why'd you eat all that food?
I really have almost all of the food from the school.
Did you eat at your mother's house?
Not really.
Why didn't you eat that much at your mother's house?
I don't know.
Were you hungry at your mother's house, Deron?
Yeah, really hungry.
Was your did Zayn and Grayson, was they hungry?
No.
This is one of the numerous emails sent to the Guardian ad Litem.
So he asked, was the other boys hungry? And the twins said no. So why in the world would she not feed her twins, but feed the other two boys? Because see, he forgot to coach them to say that nobody was eating at the house. You understand what I'm saying? He forgot to coach them to say that. She said, this conversation don't even sound normal. Yeah, he set this up. It doesn't even sound normal. How all of a sudden you gonna start a video talking about what you eat today?
What did you eat in school today?
I 2 sandwiches, tater tots, and a quesadilla.
You had all of that food?
Yeah,
Why'd you eat all that food?
I really have almost all of the food from the school.
Yeah, the little boy said we had almost all of that food from the school. And look how they looking at their daddy like, is that good enough? Did we do a good enough job? Man, he thought that he can outsmart the system, okay? He thought he can outsmart the system. He thought his money was going to be able to punish the mother. He thought he can trick them, trick the courts, use his money, get ahead of April and strip her of her rights as a parent by trying to accuse her of starving her children. This dude is awful.
Not really.
Why didn't you eat that much at your mother's house?
I don't know.
Were you hungry at your mother's house, Deron?
Yeah, really hungry.
Was your did Zayn and Grayson, was they hungry?
No.
This is one of the numerous emails sent to the Guardian ad Litem explaining to her how my sons continuously cried about going to sleep without having food, and as Why usual, wasn't they it hungry? went ignored.
I have more food than us.
Why did they have more food than y'all?
We don't know.
If they had,
Why weren't he asked why weren't they hungry? Meaning that why weren't the other boys hungry? They had more food than us, but I thought they didn't have no food.
happens again, you tell your teachers that you're hungry. You hear? You don't wait for snacks.
And then he says, if it happens again, tell your teachers that you're hungry. Why not call your daddy and let your daddy know that you don't have food so daddy can DoorDash some food to you? He said, if it happens again, tell your teachers that you're hungry. If it happens again, why not call grandmama? Why not call daddy? Why not tell your mama? If it happens again, tell your teachers that you're hungry.
And you tell your teachers that you're hungry. You hear? You don't wait for snack time or lunchtime. You tell your teachers when you come to school that you're hungry. Okay? And you can tell them to call me and I'll bring you food. You understand?
We have snacks at school. We have like goldfish.
Yeah. I brought stuff to your school before. And your teacher said that y'all had extra food there too. Just
You see how I can't, oh, narcs, baby. I tell you, they the heroes in everything. Narcissists are the save a day heroes. I brought snacks to your school for you guys to have as well. You hear that? They always want to be the damn hero.
case.
Yeah, we do. We have goldfish and
Okay. Did you get any of that?
yeah, one time we did. When we was at our mother's house.
He said, see, you heard that, right? He said, we have goldfish and applesauce at home. And then he had to come back and say, well, did you get any of that? Then the kid's like, yeah, one time we did at our mother's house. Okay, hold on, let's go back.
Did you get it?
And look how the boy, the little kid look at the daddy when he says, because he know he's supposed to be saying that they don't eat at their mama house.
Case.
Yeah, we do. We have goldfish and
Okay. Did you get any of that?
yeah, one time we did. When we was at our mother's house.
So they did call CPS, but as usual, the attorney made it disappear.
Because they just had like one thing.
You had one thing.
Yeah, just had like one thing.
What, one snack?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
He's like, yeah, I think so. And this sad ass music is gonna make me gurgitate. Yeah.
Well, are you hungry now?
No.
I know you done had a bag of chips since you came home. You done ate soup and crackers. You done had oodles and noodles and hot dogs. Yeah. And Daddy's about to make some shrimp and some mashed potatoes and some string beans.
Oh my God, cry me a effing river. Oh, hero ass daddy. Hero ass daddy.
Dinner. Sound good?
We had string beans at school too.
My sons have been speaking up about abuse and neglect since they were 3 years old. The guardian ad litem says there's no way that my sons could be that intelligent, and she doesn't believe what they're saying. It has to be scripted.
It is.
But at 1 year old, my sons were featured on TV for their communication skills. Please go to givesendgo.com and search Jerron Hurtt and donate and help me bring my sons home. Thank you and God bless you.
Man, this dude right here is a piece of damn work. He just listen, this dude is a piece of work, y'all. She says he gonna stuff them to death. Listen, this dude is a piece of work. So that was supposed to be one of the lies. And he talking about they have been saying they've been abused since they was 3 years old. But my thing is this, why were they screaming they was abused ever since they was 3, right? But now that they are, what are they, 8? I think she said they about to be 8 next month. And now all of a sudden they're not abused no more. They're not starving no more. Like, what's up? Why were they only starving, hungry, dirty, wearing the same clothes when he had joint custody, right? But now all of a sudden that he ain't in their life no more. Now they're not neglected. They're not abused. They're not hungry. They're not dirty. They got clothing. Like, why did that change? Why? Because he ain't in their life no more? Why would the attorney make it disappear, Lord? He is a damn mess. He is. I'm glad these babies are away from him. Absolutely. This is crazy. We've seen the kids. We see the kids on the mother's page. Look at the mother's page, y'all. Now, the mother had her TikTok hid for a moment, right? But the mother have her kids. Do these look like, let's do some random video. Do these look like abused kids? Okay, I'm gonna take that down. But do these look like malnutrition, abused little boys? Look how happy these little boys are. Not forced. They ain't forced. Let's go to another one. And let me show y'all the beautiful little boy. This little kid right here is the one he talking about had ADHD and peeing on himself. Hold on, let's go back to it. Damn, where you at? That's the fiance, but this little kid, man, this is the little kid that he kicked out the house with the mom in the middle of the night, even though he says, oh, it was 11 o'clock. She could have went to my mom's house. What type of dude kicked out a child? What's wrong with these people? Anyway, I'm glad to see that he's, he held in there. But let's look at some of the videos when she claimed, should I say when he claimed that the boys were malnutrition, hungry, dirty, unhappy, miserable, and all of that. They back with their mama, not having to fall out and hurt themselves and have to put on Band-Aids. None of that. That's crazy. And this is the one he calling a thug. And where is that? Right here. Probably because he got tattoos. Oh, wait a minute. Where he at? Right here. Oh, damn. How you click on the boyfriend? Oh, right there. How do I get to the boyfriend photo? Right here. That's who he calling the thug. Calling her boyfriend a thug. He called all of them, both of them. He had two boyfriends since she left him. And he called them thugs. So anyway, I'm just saying, and ain't nobody saying the mother is perfect or anything like that, but if she taking care of her damn children and working, because she says she still works, she need to take a badge off though. But she's providing for her kids. Look at them. And there's nothing wrong with putting your kids online, but not like he was doing. He used to have them making videos around the damn clock. Video after video after video. Did she say something then? Oh no, she just doing little TikToks. But because she didn't want to she could have put her twins on there and made money, but that's not what she wanted to do. But he wanted those boys to make money for her. That's what he wanted. He wanted make money for him. No child, a Being Grown podcast says no child at all that's at school sandwiches, tater tots. Wait a minute, no child at all that at school sandwiches, tater tots, and quesadillas not even being served on the same day. That's how the courts at school knew she was lying. Yeah, because you know what? I ain't even think about that. Being Grown podcast. I ain't even think about that. Let them. I ain't even think about that. Two sandwiches, tater tots, and a quesadilla. Exactly. What type of potluck they got going on for lunch? Okay. I want that and I want that one and I want that one too. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I did not think about that. Tater tots, sandwiches, and quesadillas. Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, did he say string beans too? She said, what school serve quesadillas? That's new. I don't know, girl. Yeah, but that's a lot of food. It is a lot of food, but that's why he said it like that. Oh, you ate all of that? Why'd you have to eat all of that food? Trying to get the boys to say that they're not eating at home. That's what it was. He wanted the boys to say that they were not eating, that they were starving. Them kids don't look like no starving kids, you know? But nevertheless, I just think that this man is just absolutely ridiculous. Now, I will say that I do believe that some of his supporters are waking up, but not a lot. Not a lot of them. He calls his supporters aunties, and a lot of them are definitely under the comments, just dragging the mother, dragging Miss April. Don't even know the whole story. Just basically just saying that she didn't want the boy. Just basically singing his narrative, the narrative that he put out on the internet. And I know one time he had a YouTube page going on. Let me see the Hurtt twins. I think it's the Hurtt twins' dad. Oh, here it go. I think this is it. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. He just goes on there saying all kind of stuff. Let me see what he said on this day.
Now, before she had the boys, I told her, like, things are going to change.
Oh, no, I saw that one already. Trying to see what he said on this.
If your child cheated on you, is that good enough reason to keep him away from his child? Or if you don't like the way he parents, is that good enough reason to keep him away from his child? I just want to know, what's going on in these women's heads, or these mothers' heads, for them to think it's okay to keep good fathers away from their children?
But what I don't understand is he's asking this, right? He's saying if your father, if the child's father cheated on you, would you keep him away from the child? He's doing all of this, but without coming out and telling people that the judge is the one that made the decision to keep him away. And he had 1 hour a week and lost that. Why aren't he telling people that he lost through the courts, not through April? April is not the reason why you lost custody of your kids, sir. April is not the reason. Look at him crying. Let me make sure I push the right one. He loved coming on here crying. Look at that one.
Some days I call, she doesn't answer. Can you please do a wellness check and just let me hug my sons and tell them I love them? He went to the house. She told him no, he has supervised visitation. And it's just because she's the mother, he automatically just went with that. You know what I mean? And I'm like, well, did she show you an order that says I have supervised visitation? He's like, no, but I don't want to get involved. So if he wanted to, thank you, I could have seen my sons that day. There's not even an order. When that new judge came on, he was supposed to write it.
How can this man say that there's not an order? Is Jerron sick or what? Not a tear is falling out of his eyes. But this man just said there's not an order.
And he said no, he was making the temporary order final, but he hasn't written an order. So it's been all of these months that I haven't been able to see my sons because he hasn't even written an order. So it's like they have me in limbo. I don't want to try to go to court on my own because they did illegal stuff with an attorney. So if I go by myself, there'll be what they call TPR, which means like terminate parental rights. So this is why I'm fighting so hard to hurry up and get the money together so I can go to court with an attorney to fight to get some time or get my sons home. And that's the thing, because
this man ain't got a tear in his damn eye. Sucking up snot does not mean that you are crying.
If my sons speak to me, they're going to tell me about them being left alone. They're going to tell me about them not eating at night. And I'm going to fight even more. She knows this, so she's doing everything she can to stop that relationship, stop me from seeing my sons. 200 some days.
Oh my God, I can't even see how a podcaster would literally just listen to that bullshit. But they don't know. They see a black man in a suit that's crying or pretending to cry, And they go for the bullshit, you know?
The pain inside of you have to understand.
This video is probably going to ruffle some feathers, but oh well. It's time that it's said. If you don't know who I am, I'm the father of the Hurtt twins. We have over 1 billion views on social media, and it was all about spreading love and joy. My sons went to the 6th best school in the country. They had a full-time dad that put God first and taught my sons how to be emotionally intelligent. They used our heartwarming videos to take my sons away from me. I went to family court to protect my sons from abuse and neglect. And now I have a thug raising my sons. And this thug abused my son. This is what's happening in family court daily. They're taking good fathers and putting our children with deadbeats. When I hear women talk about deadbeats, those deadbeats are actually living with other women and taking care of our children. When that child has a good, loving father that wants to provide, but not able to see his children because of family court.
Yeah, family court that found your ass unfit. Family court found you exploiting your children for money. Who gets ask him how much have you made off kids or whatever? 40K a month is what he said. And to be honest with you, it was probably more. Oh crap! Can y'all hear me? Yeah, he's still trying to manipulate people into believing that he's some great father, and that the mother is a horrible mom. But yet, he has not been able to convince anyone of that. Let me see what he said right here. Let's look at this one right here, right quick. He said deadbeats can see their children.
And for you, you can just press the share button too. That's how easy it is. That's how easy it is to help. If you can't donate, it's as soon as you say, I'm praying for you, God got you, just press the share button as well to help me get my message out and help me bring my boys back home. But I have a few things I want to get off of my chest. And if you know a parent that's going through a custody battle, please share this with them.
The thing about it though, Jerron is not even going through a custody battle right now. He's just been begging for money for the last 2 years. He's not going through no custody battle. There is no custody anything. Everything is closed. Nothing is going on, but he got people think that he's going through a custody battle and it's getting very close for him getting his kids, and that's just not true. He's asking them for money. I don't know if it's for him to live, for him to get these pills or whatever it is, but he's not even going through a custody battle.
Tag whoever you think could help us in the comments. Literally tag it. And if you see someone else, post someone, like it and tag them again. You press the add button and then that person's name. And that's how you tag someone. I'm in not a custody hearing tomorrow. Not a custody hearing actually. And guess what? I turned around because I found out that now I have not a custody hearing tomorrow. The boy's mother is requesting to have a restraining order removed off of her record. And the issue is like I've been as positive as I could be. When the abuse happened, when she was abused, I opened up my home. Hey, you guys, not just my boys, our boys, your other boys, and you can come. You can have my room. You can have my basement. Whatever you need. I've always tried to uplift this woman and help this woman.
How he put a restraining order on her, did he? See, I didn't even know he put a restraining order on her, did he? Wow.
And all has been done to me is just try to tarnish my record and hurt me and my sons. There's no way you can love your children and take a parent away from them. There's no way you can love your children and your children wear prescription glasses. Not, sometimes, but all the times, but the boys haven't wore their glasses since they left home. There's no way you can love your sons, but they're not going to their dentist appointments. They haven't seen their dentist in a year. They missed the appointments that they had scheduled. not seeing their cardiologist, not seeing their primary.
How does he know these things if he claims he hasn't seen the kids in over 500 days? How does he know what they are not going, right? 9 times out of 10, when you move, you change dentists, you change doctors, you change whatever you was going to see. So how does he know that they're not seeing or they're not wearing glasses if he ain't seen them in over 500 days?
Need help getting my boys home. Like, I'm asking for money. Yes, I am asking for money. I have a Gibson Go. But here's what I want to say. Like, this is the sad part that happens in custody battles. Sadly, with mostly men most of the time. Not saying it doesn't happen with mothers, but most of the time the father is the primary breadwinner, and this is what happens to them. And there's even something else I've talked about recently that's getting some progress, but I can't talk about it supposedly. But it's just so sad, like, because this doesn't have to be this way. Like, I still haven't tried to tarnish this person, and she's done nothing but try to tarnish my record, you know, my nonprofit, everything that I'm doing. You know, she's trying to ruin, even my children, and this is not okay. Like, I'm literally asking for help. I really think there should be a mental evaluation. Literally, I got a call on the road that, hey, Jerron, you have court.
He over there twitching and shit, but he over there asking for her to have a mental evaluation done on her. Y'all, I swear to God, man. I swear to God, I'm so glad I ain't had to deal with no shit like this, you know? Damn.
Tomorrow.
Oh my
Because she's
goodness.
trying to have the restraining order removed off of her record. And I would be so happy to come to court and just say, hey, no, take that off. But I can't because the harassment is still going on. My children are still being neglected.
How is she harassing him? Isn't this crazy, y'all?
So, me as a parent, sometimes you got to stop trying to protect the other parent and protect the children. Like, the courts give 95% of the time women so much. It's like they feel like they're invincible, like they have no consequences. And sadly, that's not how it worked. It may have worked in family court for a little bit, but I promise you that's not going to last. But when it comes to the restraining order, I can prove my journey towards Jerron and Joshua page that you made. I can prove that this hate group that's made from me was made by you, that you're posting on there, that you're posting our children. So this message today is for any parent that's in a custody battle. Don't give up. Do what's best for your children. You have to protect them, and they need you. And I need you all. The gifts and go, it should be, I think if you swipe left or right, you can get it. And I'll post it in the comments too. We have 227 people on here. If everybody donated enough, $10 right now, I will have an attorney. I'm talking to the attorney again today. Hopefully they'll call me back. I'm ready to go back to court. There's a lot of moving people.
That was 2 months ago. He asked for $10 from 200 and some people. That would have been around $2,000, right? Why is he still asking for money today? Yeah, okay. For an attorney. Yeah, okay.
Pieces that I haven't talked about, but this is not.
But they've been sending him money for the last 2 years.
Something, you know, that's cheap. If you look at the post that I posted yesterday for Mark Ludwig, he shows where he sold his pickup truck, and I think it was his jet ski in family court. If you ask anybody, just somebody put in the comments, how much did they spend? How much did they spend in family court? And I even want the mothers to respond, and I want everyone just to say how much they spent, so the people that haven't been in family court can see how much this costs. If I didn't love my boys, I wouldn't be asking for money right now. because I would have it. I wouldn't have spent that money in court. You get what I mean? But I spent everything I had to.
Don't he sound just like Justin? I spent all my money, every bit of it, fighting for my kids because I love them so much. They mean so much to me. The kids mean so much to you that you gave out the phone number to have crazy people threatening the lives of not just the mother and her boyfriend, but your children, everybody in the home, but you love them so much. Okay. But you also love them so much. And thank you for saying that. I am Simple Silver. You love them so much that y'all had 50-50 custody, and that wasn't good enough that you took her back to court to get full custody and didn't want her to have no visitation, even though he's now saying, oh no, I did want her to have visitation. I wanted her to have supervised visitation. But when it flipped the script on his ass, and now he received supervised visitation, he doesn't like that. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. But he even lost that. He even lost that.
Protect my sons. And it still happened to me. I need this video shared. I need for this to reach the right people that I need for it to reach. The more people that sees it, the more pressure it puts on them. Like it's time to get the boys home. It's time to have our life back. I mean, we've lost Aunt Janie. You know, the boys didn't get to go to the funeral. We lost my aunt's sister. The boys didn't go to the funeral. My mother's been, critical ill. Not anymore. She's fine, thank goodness. But they weren't.
My mother's critical ill, but not anymore. Thank goodness.
Even allowed to see her. And the mother's attorney.
But do you see how he's whining now about, oh, my mom's not allowed to see the boys not allowed to see the mom? But he didn't give a damn when he was keeping the kids away from their biological mother. He didn't give a damn.
He's even said numerous of times for her to allow the boys to, see us, go to the funeral and everything. So when people ask, how can this happen? How can she do that? Well, the judge still hasn't written an order in our case. Thank you for the donation. I think it said Lydia, Miss Lydia. If that was you, thank you. God bless you.
And I'm not gonna blame people or talk about his supporters because they could just be clueless and don't know. But it's people that's actually giving him money, and he knows that he can play on people's top. That's why he comes out here crying about the same things every few days. He's gonna come out here with the same thing because he knows that he's gonna emotionally draw probably mostly, I ain't gonna say mostly women because I think he got men too. He's going to draw them in and they're going to feel sorry for him and keep giving him money when this man is living with his mother, not even taking care of the kids. And the court is the one that stopped the kids from him seeing the kids, not the mother of the children.
I will thank you all personally in the comments. But even if I did do something, let's say if I did do something, why do my children have to be kept away from my mother, my brother, my sister? Why aren't they going to their doctor's appointments, their dentist appointments, their cardiologist appointments? Why aren't they wearing their glasses? So you can say, you can hate me, but you can't hate my children. You're here because of my children, and I'm fighting because of my children. So ask yourself.
Didn't they have on glasses? Hold on one second. I thought I did see them with glasses on. Maybe I didn't. Let me just see. Oh, no, they didn't have on glasses. Let me see. Do they have on glasses on her TikTok? I don't think she showed them like that on TikTok. All right, here, let me see. Well, hell, they probably don't even need glasses. Hell, shit. They probably don't even need glasses. What the hell? I don't know.
Why aren't these things being done for my children? Once I get enough, link not working, I'll post it. I'm gonna post as soon as I get off. But I mean, it's if I can get into court, I promise you, it will not just help me and the boys. Like things will change for fathers all around the country. Because my name, my sons in our case will literally set precedent. You will see Hurt versus Johnson everywhere. It will be in the law books because that's how outrageous my case was. But I can't talk about it right now. Think about it, ask yourself why. So that's all I can say about that. But it's time to get the boys home. And it's wild because the truck that I have today is 222 on the truck. Like it just seems like, and I told my buddy that was, riding up there with me, I just dropped him off. But just like, that 222, it means follow your destiny. If you know us, that's our lucky number. But it's a godly number. When you see it, it means that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And literally, I get this truck, and then on the way to Ohio, I get a call about having court tomorrow. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all the screenshots from that hate page where you're talking in first person.
So somebody just said, simply said, he thinks the exposed page, this right here, the Hurt Twin exposed page group, he think that is um April. He thinks that's the mother, and it's not. It's not the mother, but he thinks it is. Talking about talking in first person. He's just crazy.
And then your My Journey Towards Jerron and Joshua's page. And if you guys see the hate group, don't comment on it. Just go to it and just hit report group to close the group down. But I kind of it's up to you because it will be used as evidence. And the thing about it is, like, people don't understand the only reason anything isn't happening is because I don't have the money. But I don't think she understands is like these are criminal charges that could be pressed against you. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, God bless you for the donation. I don't think she understands the severity of it. And I've done my best to protect her so much. Like I don't hate her. I hate what she's doing to my sons. You know what I mean? But they're going to be the ones that hate her because of what she's done to them. But at some point I have to do what's right. I have to protect my sons and protect myself. So yes, I will be at court tomorrow. I've turned all the way around from being on the highway going to Ohio, and I will be in court tomorrow. And I will prevent.
Okay, so did he go to court? Because she said that they have not been to court and they wasn't going to court. So did they go to court? Because I think he just came out and said that, but I don't even think they had court.
Present all the evidence. I will report, have all the evidence, everything that's happened, and everything else. So God bless you. Thank you, everyone that donated or will donate. And I guess I'll give you an update of what happened tomorrow. But for once, it's like, it's so sad how a man can't be a victim.
Oh my God.
Like it's
Oh my goodness.
like we protect women so much where they can hurt a man and we can't talk. We have to be quiet. Like we can't even say that we were abused or something was happening to us. And it's not okay. Like it's time to stand up for what's right, whether it's a man or woman. Like it's time.
So is he trying to say April abused him, or is he trying to say his mama abused him? Because I swear I can't with these men. I swear I can't.
Change. Like it's not okay. You guys seen me raise my sons. You guys seen how much of a father how good of a father I am. It's not okay for this to happen to us. And not just me, fathers around the country with false charges or, being alienated. It's not okay. So I'm asking you to donate to our Give Send Go so I can get back in the court. I'm asking you to share this video so more people can see it. And I thank you all and God bless you.
Oh my goodness. So anyway, that was 2 months ago on let's look at the date. That was on
Man.
oh shoot.
Want to give an update?
Oh no, that was his mom. That was on November the 14th. On November the 14th. So you said I saw in the group that he brung up the group in court and the judge didn't care. Yeah, because the judge probably like, I ain't got nothing to do with no damn social media group, and you can't prove that it's her. So anyway, he brought the group up in court, and the judge like, I don't care. We ain't talking about that. This is about the boys. And why do people think that it's okay for them to come out on social media and drag you for filth? But the moment you open your mouth and say something, now all of a sudden you're so wrong. You're so spiteful. You're so evil. You're so horrible. This is absolutely insane, y'all. But we're gonna get back on the Hurt twin dad because to be honest with you, we could literally be here for another 3 hours breaking this man down, right? But we're gonna come back and we're gonna listen to his rant that he did just 4 days ago. We're gonna listen to that on tomorrow, okay? Because I am interested in seeing all what he had to say that made April come out of her shell and cuss him the fuck out because that's exactly what she did. She put it down on his ass in 4 freaking videos, and I'm sure he's mad and in his feelings, but he's just gonna come out with more lies, in my opinion, okay? So, what do y'all think about this Joker right here, y'all? What do y'all think about this man, the Hurt twins? And does he look 45 years old to y'all? Like, I don't know if Jerome realized that Jerome is definitely aging. I mean, we all aging, but I'm just saying, like, whoo, baby, honey, he need to slow it down. He definitely need to slow it down. She said, "Good job, more for breaking this down." Thank you so much, Simple. I appreciate you. We're gonna talk more about him as well because we kind of got off of this dude, and it just seems like since we've been off of him, he's been doing the most. We left this dude a year ago, and he's with the same shenanigans. You would have thought at some point that he would have at least tried to change his life around so that he could, and let me tell you how soft women can be, right? We so soft-hearted that if he wasn't out here bashing the mother of his child, even though that there is a court order for him to not even have no dealings with his kids or whatever, no custody or whatever, no visitation, because women are so soft that if he wasn't out here dragging her by her natural ponytail, she would probably allow him visitations with his boys. That's how most women do. We have these soft hearts and we back off, even though there's an order in the court that says no, she doesn't have to do that. But April probably would have given him some type of visitation, birthday, Christmas, 2 hours a day or on the weekends or whatever, right? Just to allow him to have a relationship with his boys. But how can you expect her to be nice to you when you're out here dragging her for filth? And then had the audacity to put your mouth on her child, on her oldest son, telling people that this young boy used to pee on himself and oh he couldn't hold his bowels and using the bathroom on himself. Like who does that? Why is that any business of the internet? Oh, he was ADHD and he wasn't doing good in school and who business why is that our business? So anyway, all I'm saying is oh, he's a piece of work, y'all. He is definitely a piece of work. She said she can't trust him. And I don't blame her. And I don't blame her. But I would think that if he wasn't doing the most, that she probably would have let up. But to be honest with you, with the things that he didn't came out here and put, and it gets worse and worse and worse, yeah, no. I wouldn't trust him either. I wouldn't trust him either. So anyway. But we're gonna come back, like I said, tomorrow, and we're gonna go over that video with the Hurt twins. So I'll do a thumbnail and a scheduled video, so you guys can hit the notification bell or whatever and be there by the time I break his ass down. I'll do the thumbnail and the title so you guys will know what it is, and then I'll put it up. So this is crazy. She said, Robbie said he did this to her and now the tables have turned and he can't take it no more. Exactly. Hey, what they say, something about the rabbit having a gun, something, it ain't fun. Yeah. It ain't fun when the rabbit got the gun. And that is so true because the judge, or see, when she took him to court, she took him to court for joint custody. That joker could not, he didn't like it, like, hell no. And he took her back to court for full custody with no visitation. And the judge said no. He wanted to find her unfit with these lying ass videos of the kids saying that they ate sandwiches, quesadillas, hot dogs, pizza, and meatballs or some shit at school. All that. And they was like, no, no, no. These kids have been coached. These kids been coached. And then they got the kids off to themselves. You don't think they asked these kids were they coached? Of course they did. And the judge said, oh no, you've been exploiting these kids. And I think the reason why the judge put exploitation on him, because how the hell do you make 40K a month and you don't have a dime saved? Come on. Really? Yeah, okay. For months, years? Wasn't the boys like 5 years old when they went to court or something like that? Or something like that, right? So your boy's been performing since they was what, 2 or 3 or however old they was. I think he said during COVID, he had them start doing skits. But your boy's been doing this for a while. You making all of this money and you ain't got a dime. He told me, I spent all the money on the lawyers. I spent all the money on the lawyers. Yeah, okay. Okay. She said, I would be scared to deal with him at all. Stick to the judgment because if she don't, he will keep record and hold it against her. Or because she doesn't drive, he will probably keep the kids and then she would have to go back to court and fight to get them back. Imagine that. She would have to go back to court and probably fight to get her own children back. So yeah, I think that she should abide by the court order. But I just know that sometimes women, we have these soft hearts and we let up or whatever on what the court orders say because we be having these soft hearts. But you know what? It's probably best that she's like, So anyway, do I believe April or do I believe Jerron? Well, I believe April because even some of the things that April said, i.e., that he kicked her out, he even admitted that in one of the videos. And another one, when she just said that he popped pills, had DUIs, was alcoholic, all of that is in his record. Domestic violence in his record. All of that is actually in his record. So she's not just making that up. That's on paper. So let him go deal with the court system and clear up his record. Because all these aunties that's feeling sorry for him, they should go pull his record. Go pull his record. And then another thing, and then I'm gonna end. During the procedures, I was told that the judge ordered him and April to go take a drug test. Well, guess who failed, you guys? Anybody can guess? Guess who failed the drug test during a custody hearing, a custody battle? Anybody want to take a shot at it in the comments? Going once, going twice. Bing, ding, 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 ding. He did. He failed. So how you gonna take somebody to court for full custody and you can't even pass a drug test? But she passed it. Yeah. She passed it, but he didn't. So nevertheless, I think the judge made the right decision. I don't care nothing about that. Oh, she stepped down and she quit or whatever the case may be. Hell, she was just ready to retire. Okay. But I didn't even know you could do something like that, blast the judge on the internet. But I mean, hell, you probably could do whatever you want. Hell, people blasted the damn president on the internet. So why you can't blast the judge? But never mind. I mean, nevertheless, he got what he deserved, in my opinion. She said, I knew that nigga needed rehab. Yep, he failed a drug test. He failed a drug test. She said, dude just want those twins to make so he can make money. Yep, he want to work them twins. Yep. So anyway, but y'all, thank y'all for coming through. I do appreciate the love y'all shared on this live stream. Thank you, Tanya G. Appreciate you. Thank you, Sonia C. Reese Cup, Rita, Candy Girl. I am Simply Silver. Thank you, Binky Bink, Sassy D, Nisi, Joanne, Lashina, Nell, Raya, Rita, Cutesy Girl, and Barbara C. Thank you so very much. And Suzette. Thank y'all so very much for blessing this live stream. We're going to finish talking about the Hurtt twins tomorrow. And I said I wanted to do Justin today, but I didn't get around to Justin today. But I will get around to Justin tomorrow. Let me see. The last I heard of Justin, hold on one second. It's going to be a different live, but I just want to see if we are on. I'll do Justin tomorrow midday. I was supposed to do it today, but I had a doctor's appointment today at 2. Give me a second, though. I wanted to talk about Justin. Yeah, we'll talk about Justin tomorrow. Hopefully he didn't take it down. But we will talk about Justin tomorrow, okay? Because I want to talk about, him trying to put her down about, coming out here and bragging about having the 12 million followers while he's bragging about his million. But I also want to talk about how he really don't give a fuck how his kids look in public eye or whatever. I think, anyway, we're going to get on that tomorrow. Y'all know if I start talking about it, I'm going to start talking about it. And then we're going to end up having a Justin live. So we're going to talk about Justin tomorrow. Justin, in my opinion, is just another Jerron Hurtt, but he just haven't lost custody of his kids. And y'all know, let me stop. We'll talk about Justin tomorrow. We'll talk about Justin tomorrow. But I am going to hop this live, but I'm going to come back. It's only 8:43. I'll probably come back a little bit later and just have general talk about other stuff. But we're going to talk about Justin tomorrow. Okay, you guys? All right, y'all hit that thumbs up button on y'all way out. Thank y'all so very much for being an amazing audience. Hit that thumbs up, and we will chit chat in about an hour. Okay? Talk to y'all later. Bye now.
Because they can't make $1 without mentioning down one of our names.
Jay!
She kept talking about
We
that
got these
family.
hoes over there. About
She kept
bad.
talking about that family. She kept talking
Internet
about that
gangsters.
family. She kept talking about that family. She kept talking about that family. That family. She kept talking about that family. Talking about that family.
These motherfuckers don't be wanting to listen on them. Because they can't make $1 without mentioning down one of our names. Talking about it. That family. That family. That family. That family.
Jay!
That family. That family. Talking about it.
$1.
Talking about it.
Child, we finna talk about this with Amora.